And we are live.
POV.
Hello, everybody. Is everybody coming in? They better be. We got like a few minutes before YouTube sends out the notification. So if you're here early, if you're a part of early gang, if you're part of early, I give you kiss. I give you sweet kiss. Hello. I'm waiting to see when I start seeing chat. That's when I know people are here. Until then, no one exists. It's just us. Just
Yeah.
just
We can say anything we want.
Mm-hmm.
And there are no
repercussions.
No repercussions? Is that how that works?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Hello, there we go. Now there's people. Hello, chat! Welcome! It's been a while since I've done a D&D stream, hasn't it? It's been like 6 months. Whoopsie.
That's 6 months.
Wow. You know,
Do
it really
your
be like
job.
that sometimes.
I should probably do my job more. But hello, I've been busy making a lot of content. And look at all these other people that are doing things and stuff. But yes, welcome. This is the new D&D live play series that I'm going to be running. This is the one and only Paperwork Pantheon. I am Offbeat Outlaw. I use he, they pronouns, and I am the Dungeon Master. I'm gonna quickly introduce these people, and then they will introduce themselves. These are my friends from content creation and around the internet. Danny is my boss. Patrick is currently a JPEG.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Pat, we love you.
POV peg moment.
JPEG moment. Yo, chat if you're a JPEG moment. Brooklyn is my designated
JPOG?
rival.
JPOG?
JPOG.
Yes.
And
Yeah, yeah,
Amelia's just like, frankly, I think the best of all of us. I'm pretty sure. And with
I
that,
can disagree in good faith.
Yeah.
Amelia,
It would be a lie.
Amelia, please introduce yourself, your pronouns, and your character, their pronouns, and just like a general vibe. Just a general vibe.
Hey, my name's Amelia Som. I use whichever pronouns you think are the hottest. I am playing A's. You can just write the letter A however many times, all lowercase, and that's their name. You can use whatever pronouns you want for them. I usually say my vibe is that I'm immortal and I like outer space. So
That's a very solid vibe overall. Brooke.
I don't know if I can follow that up, but I will try. My name is Brooklyn Tuesday. I am playing Viary, the god of last chances, and I forget the rest. I'm excited to be in Offbeat's PP game. Did incorporate some of that branding into the overlays, so
Oh,
Yeah.
should we let them know about this?
no, the seals, the
yeah,
PP
yeah.
seals, on the contracts.
Valid. And Danny.
Oh, what's up? I'm Danny. I'm 19, and Offbeat works for me.
That is very true. I'm his editor. What exactly is your character and their pronouns?
My character is a skeleton named Godfrey Host. Godfrey uses he, him pronouns, but Godfrey is also a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
He's made of bones.
He is made of bones. Also, we just added Nightbot to my channel, so avoid using emotes, because Nightbot is apparently anti-emote.
You can turn that
Nightbot
off.
is going to kill everyone here.
Yeah.
Nightbot is
has an axe
vicious.
to grind.
Yeah.
Nightbot
Yeah.
takes no prisoners.
Yeah.
You are just
Also, someone in
banned.
chat just said that Ace is already the best character, and I don't disagree. Is
That-
the thing.
That's very valid.
That is anything Amelia does is usually the best in the room. So
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm blushing.
With that being said, we've had a good time with our cold open. I think it's time that we started this thing.
It's time we heat it up a bit.
It's time we heat this thing up a bit, like a spaghetti-o or something. Oh, I can't do that. But I am going to be playing some background music through a different way. I'm just gonna make sure that it's not too loud. Chat, please let me know if the background music is too loud, because I'm playing it through YouTube now. Wait, what was that? I'm not technically not supposed to say that. That's illegal. Why would I do that? Anyway. Chat.
POV Offbeat gets copyright claimed.
and the stream is cancelled.
And the stream gets canceled immediately. But yes, Time for the long spiel. In a land. No. This is a world where gods are gonna be a big deal. Because gods are a big deal. Our main characters, our protagonists, are mortals. These 3 mortals currently. We're missing our 4th one, who's currently a JPEG. Our 3 mortals are some of the most important people in the land. At least by accident and virtue alone. And their exploits have been so grand, so amazing, so world-changing that the gods have taken interest. They've taken notice. Some of them were interested a long time ago, and some of them were, well, just unrealized how important they could be. But the gods have taken interest. So, the first thing that we will do, as we consider how important these mortals might just be, we zoom in. We zoom into one of the characters, a small-scale adventurer with some of the most powerful abilities in the land. We zoom in to A's. At least that is what everybody refers to them as. A's is currently... A's, you are currently in a small town. There's a crowd of people around you. What are you doing that has attracted this crowd of people?
You know, I'm really just a god of the people, and I think A's is helping bring some gardens back to life. I think there was a blight that swept through, and I'm just going through and I'm sort of rewinding time around these gardens, restoring them to a state before they were devastated.
And everyone is like, oh my god, Ace, thank you. Not quite godly yet, but everyone definitely worships you as if you were.
Understood.
As you are doing this lovely small scale duty, we flash to another point in time. You're walking on the road and you see a wounded individual bleeding out, their leg almost disconnected from their torso at this point. A's, what do you do?
I think I would run up and I would kind of hold their leg back toward their torso and try and cure wounds and just fix that.
So after they grab their leg. Thank you. What's your name?
Oh, most people just call me A's.
A's? Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. I got ran over by my cart. I fell off my donkey and the wheels.
Oh dear. Are you okay? Where's your cart at? I didn't see it on the road.
You look to the side and you see their cart has been turned into basically scrap wood. It crashed, terribly crashed.
Yeah, I think as I get them settled here, I'll just be like, just wait a moment. And I'm going to go over to the cart and I'll just use mending in a sense as I just begin to restore it back to its former glory.
As you begin rummaging through this cart, you begin to notice that this person actually had tons of life-saving medicine that they were bringing to the nearby town.
Oh dear.
And before you get to say your next thing, we flash to another scene. A mound of corpses lays at your feet. A gigantic beast clad in lightning itself rumbles to a halt as you sheath your blade. What do you do as you turn back to the army that was nearly overtaken? The army that nearly fell in battle.
Wait, I'm sorry, is that me?
So, yeah, that's you.
Oh, sorry, can you rewind the beginning? I thought you switched to someone else and I was looking at the chat when you said reflash.
Honestly valid.
They're so entertaining.
Wow, this person's so strong. Oh wait, that's me. Huh?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I did that. My bad.
Oh wow, I didn't know I did that. But yes,
Okay,
you
yeah.
look around. You with your mighty.
Armies.
There's devastation, armies, a whole
Hate
shebang, corpses,
Awful.
gigantic gargantuan beast. Right? Used to be made of lightning. Now it's a fleshy thing. There's a giant army that is wounded and tired and exhausted from fighting. They look amazed and stunned. What do you say to them?
I walk among them, looking flawless because I have prestidigitation and I'm never not looking flawless. And I say, friends, I will not lie. Things are bleak, our numbers are low, and the enemy draws nearer. But as long as I stand, and as long as there is time, there's a chance for victory, and a chance for a brighter future. I do not stand behind you and send you into battle. Rather, I will charge alongside you, if you are willing to walk with me.
Stunned silence. And then... Yeah! Woo! Just the most uproarious applause. And before you can really take in the grandeur of what you've just done yourself, a flash of light and you are gone. Next scene. But to do this scene change properly, I'm gonna have to change music.
Just to clarify, we're still on me, yeah?
No, not on you. Now we're on someone else.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Somehow that sounded like a threat. The music change.
That's wild. I had a great time. My scenes were fun. I'm sure all the scenes are gonna be fun.
This music slaps, but it's currently very loud, so we're just gonna... There we go. Godfrey. Standing before you is a crowd of bandits. The bandit leader draws out their mighty hammer and they heft it into their hand. Oi, who is this bloody skeleton, mate? You telling me this thing got through all of yous, huh? Bloody hell. I'm gonna whip you, I'm gonna wallop you good, Godfrey. And then he takes his hammer, and I would like for you to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up my character sheet.
You know, I usually recommend doing
No,
that
I
when
got
playing.
this. I got this. I can do it. This
Those
is the
things
hardest
tend to
part
be
of the campaign.
helpful.
Chat's saying they can barely hear the music. Okay.
Oh god, which one should I be using? I think
Use whichever one you think is best.
I'll go to execution. Why not? Alright, here we go. Initiative. It's not gonna be good, guys. That's 16 actually, that's not horrible.
So where'd my music go? Okay. I'll work out the tech issues later. But I'm sorry, chat. I'll have to work out tech for next time because this wouldn't be an Offbeat Outlaw stream without tech issues. But you rolled a 16. Our boy rolled an 8. It's coming through my side. It's going through YouTube, and I'm recording the audio. I'll have to record it separately, so it's just not working out well. I'm sorry. Danny, you go first. What do? You see a regular-ass bandit chieftain, like, more or less. Like, everyone's just, like, in rough stuff. Like, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Speaks with a Cockney accent. Thick, burly fellow. Looks like your average London resident.
Average Englishman.
Average Englishman versus skeleton.
Alright, well, he's gotta come at me. I'm not even gonna bother with, I'm not even gonna bother with, like, with my, blade song or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what's gonna happen. Godfrey is gonna look at this guy coming at him, and Godfrey with his massive scythe in his hand is just gonna wind up and he's like, all right, here we go, and just like swing as hard as he can with activating booming blade on the way in. So
All right, let's go.
Do I have to roll the hit? Yes.
Roll the hit.
Correct. Roll the hit. Cool. That's what we like to call a 27.
So, bandit captain's got an armor of 15, so you make a clean strike into the side.
So when it hits, I'm obviously, as a paladin, as 11 levels in paladin, I'm going to divine smite on top of booming blade, of course.
Natural.
So the booming blade, of course, is going to do by itself 3d8 force damage. That's going to be a total of 14 force on top of my scythe, which is going to be an 8 on top, which is going to be 8, and I'm going to divine smite at max level, which is going to do a total of 5, 6, 7 d8, right? Or 6 d8.
5
7?
d8. 5 d8. Max level for a divine
No,
smite.
I do another one on top of my regular sword one as well. So that's gonna be one more rather d8 for my slashing, which is also radiant because I'm hiding a paladin. That's just gonna be an extra one. It's fine. And then I do another 5d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna be another 20 damage. Very fun, funky, fresh.
Okay, so you dealt 42 damage to this bandit captain.
And I'll action surge.
You might not need to, as
but it'd be funny if I did.
Stop, he's already dead.
Let me just describe to you what happens on this first hit, and then we can make the decision whether or not we action surge. How about that? Because on this first hit, you swipe through with your scythe, and the smite, the blow, the booming blade ruptures through this man's body. He explodes. He's turned into a fine red mist as you stand there with your scythe. You look around at the rest of the bandits. Average English soccer team.
Well, I can't take his bones for my own now. Yours will have to do.
Everyone goes, ah! And change scene. Change scene. Back to ambient music. Journey 2, please. Anyway. And as for those who don't know what level we're playing at, these are all level 20s. Welcome to a level 20 campaign. Skelly Man, you're currently in a crypt. You are a pile of bones.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Okay. So, I like to go. So, Godfrey, just for context, is a skeleton. We know this. And as a skeleton, it's hard to, die of old age. So, when Godfrey's bored and doesn't have anything to do as a skeleton, Godfrey will strip down naked, bare bone, literally, and go lie in a crypt and wait for people to come in to kill them.
Nice.
Sure.
That was great, Bravos. I'm gonna have a real surprise.
So this you as a pile of bones, you are currently in and amongst another pile of bones. You see a young adventuring team come in. Looks like a couple of level 1s, just like their first mission, doing a crypt run. They've got a wizard. They got a young warlock. They got a fighter up front. Don't worry, I'll protect you. Rogue says something sassy. Enter generic conversation here. They begin approaching where you are.
All right.
What do you do?
So, Godfrey, as soon as they walk over him, bonus action, Shadow Blade. No, you know what? Not even. I'm just gonna cast Fireball at max level, at 6th level, which will be 11d6 damage, as soon as they walk over me. And I'm just gonna rise up like a demi-lich with my head, and the skull's gonna be like, it's like, surprise! And the fireball's just gonna, and it just destroy everything.
All right. What's your saving throw DC for these level 1s?
Ooh, is it my...
What type of spell is it?
Excuse me.
Jesus Christ.
That's an 18.
Whoa, Jesus
No.
is in this game?
Yeah, he is. He's a homie.
Yeah, he's Godfrey's son. Didn't you know?
Yeah.
I gave birth to the Immaculate Conception.
Why do you think he's always hanging out in crypts?
You
He's
gave
looking
birth
for
to the
it.
Immaculate Conception?
Yeah.
So you're like Mary's dad?
I
He's a really strong
I
start
am
to
the
this
Virgin Mary.
Things are going really well. This is an amazing introduction.
So let me just rattle off these deck saves for you. 14, 9.
That fails. That fails.
5.
That fails.
6.
That fails. So I'm gonna roll the 11d6 fire damage. That's gonna be a total of 36 damage, and then I'll action surge and cast another one at 5th level, which will be 10d6.
They're dead, so they fail.
I do it again.
All right.
I need to burn the flesh away from their bones.
All right, go for it.
I do it. That's another
They
31
burn.
damage.
We just hear this roaring flame shoots out of the crypt. Pan the camera. Outside, we see a lineup of adventurers about to enter the crypt as they watch this flame shoot out of the stairwell. You just hear vague screaming as they run away. And you look around you, the bodies have been reduced to ash.
No bones again!
And now we pan the camera to a different character. To Brooke's character, Viary. Viary, you are a warlock. And you're walking with somebody that you know quite well at this point. Your warlock patron. They seem to be leading you to some sort of arena. They seem nervous.
Al, why do you look so nervous?
I'm not. This is a very important duel. And
I know, but
need
like
you to
I've
win.
never. I know, but I get that, but like I've never failed you before, and I've never failed you before.
I know. You've never failed before, but it
Right.
would be really unfortunate if you failed now. Is all. That's it. Okay, I trust you.
I know.
I trust you. You're gonna do great. Just remember the
Is
rules.
there someone else who would be better?
No
are
one
you
would be
nervous?
better. No one would be better. You're the best choice. I've gone over this plan 1,000 times. You're the best choice. I am just nervous.
I know.
Okay. Do you know our rules?
I got.
What's rule number 1?
Don't sign contracts that anyone else hands you.
Exactly.
Right.
All
Right. Why would I ever do that? They're
Exactly.
you know.
Foolish. You're
exactly.
right. You're
exactly. All right. You got this.
right. I'm not doing this.
I know, but are you okay?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I've got this. We've got this. Al, we've got this.
And as you say that, a door opens behind you.
All right.
You walk through, and we pan the camera again. Next. It's pitch black. Well, more or less pitch black. Dark vision still applies.
Yeah, I also have dark
A
vision.
magical darkness, right?
Non-magical darkness. You look, you're currently scribbling on a contract. What is this contract that you're scribbling, and why are you forging it?
This is a contract that is going to implicate some very important council members in a plot and get them put into jail and out of the way. All right, almost finished. Charlie, do you have the extra bottle of ink? We need to sign it in the magic stuff that Alistair gave us.
As you say, Charlie, a little imp demon man in a boat in a red tie that dangles a little too long for his legs appears. Yeah, I've got the ink.
Thank you. All right, okay.
Are you sure that you've
this
been
is-
over subsection B? If subsection B isn't airtight, we will never implicate them in the problem.
I have 3. Do you want to check it? Do you want to check my work?
Yes, I do want to check your work.
Oh, fine. Okay, here. I have written this and checked it 3 different times.
Make a deception check, please.
A deception check. Gladly.
How good is this deception?
That is going to be. Does a 35 pass?
A 35 is a very good deception.
Not bad, kid. Not bad. Not even a spelling mistake.
When did you ever doubt me?
Like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, that was your issue. All right, I've got to seal it, sign it, seal it, and get it into the right place.
As you...
Al, it's almost done.
No response. As you continue to sign the paper, a knock at the door behind you appears. A knock at the door behind you occurs.
Oh, crap. I switch faces to look like a servant, and very quietly, Charlie, go invisible, hide these. The ink is still drying. Do not smudge that.
I won't smudge it.
And as
Thank you.
Charlie too goes invisible, another council member walks in and sees someone that they find familiar.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just tidying up in here. Just had to do some dusting, and was looking for some misplaced jewelry. The lady said that she had left it in here. She needs it.
Deception check.
urgently. Okay. That is going to be a 34.
Yeah, I guess things can get put away in weird places.
Yeah, so sorry. I can be out of your hair though. I don't think it's in here. I think she might be mistaken. I'll have to go have a look elsewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good
So sorry.
day.
Yes,
And
have a
as-
good day. Have a lovely evening.
And as you leave, walk through once more. Walk through this door. We pan cameras to a final time. All three of you are together. For once. Well, not for once. You usually manage to cross paths. Individuals of such incredible power tend to be drawn to each other. Aze and Godfrey, you were was playing golf with the skull of a gigantic beast that you once slew. Well, just
Damn,
slew.
this Tarrasque was. This skull's gone bad. The bones are no longer good. Sorry, guys, I bought a bad ball.
How exactly do you define good bones?
Yeah.
Look, it's cracking. It's calcium deficient. Don't you see? It needs to drink milk.
I think that's got to do with the fact that you just did 300 points of damage to it when you hit it with your sword with
Schmish
booming
Smasher
blade.
was taking a bath. It doesn't matter.
Was the booming blade really necessary?
Always.
I defer to your judgment, Godfrey.
I'm sorry, Ace. I failed you.
It's really not a big deal. We can find something else to play golf with.
In fact, I feel that probably something else would make more sense,
It's kind
like logically.
it's kind of boring if you just use like the balls. They're so easy to hit into the hole.
You know what? That's fair. Honestly, fair. Charlie, would you like to be the ball?
What? Did
I
you
don't
just
know.
ask? Did you just try to intentionally commit an OSHA violation?
Are you not
we're
forklift
for holding-
certified?
Are you not forklift certified?
You can't. All right. Here's the thing, Charlie. You can't die, so it would just be like kind of funny. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I still have.
I'm not.
I have a
Want to hit
life.
Charlie.
I'm kidding, Charlie. I'm kidding. I just like teasing him. He just gets so antsy about it.
I'm gonna file a report.
Charlie sits down and brings out a gargantuanly sized
Oh wait, no,
feather
Charlie,
quill.
please don't. Oh, Al's gonna give me a mountain of paperwork.
You deserve it.
All right. Okay, I'm sorry. It was a joke. It was a really bad joke. I didn't mean it.
As this happens, Al appears to all of you. Alistair. Alistair is a god who wears a blue cape robe thing, like a sage's suit, gilded in gold, with a crisp black bow tie and a white button-down shirt. A face that is so thin and skinned you can almost see the skull behind it.
Hey, Al. It was a joke. It was only intended
I have no
as a
idea
joke.
what you're talking about. Anyway, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
How pleasant
Yeah.
to see.
One guy.
How pleasant to see you all again. So it's been a while. I have a proposition to make to all of you. Actually,
Right.
I was told Fada would be here. Does anyone know where Fada is?
I think
No?
they're overthrowing another government at this point.
Oh, I heard that they were like stopping an avalanche from hitting a small town.
I actually haven't been following them. We're close enough to May 15th.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Conjunction day. Well, it can't be helped. May as well cut to the chase. Would you like to be gods?
Huh?
Ascension. Godhood. Fancy it?
I mean, yes, obviously. What does that entail?
A lot of responsibility and paperwork, but we can work that out once we, get up there. How about we take a little look around where you'd be working, and tell you why we have this proposition. In case you can't tell, this is the first time we've ascended mortals in a very long time. But some events have occurred that deem it necessary.
Are you sure that's such a good idea? That just feels like a really drastic
I mean,
escalation of decision making.
I feel like it's an appropriate and obvious next step for people like us. At least
It's-
like me.
I guess you'd make a great god, Ace. Sorry, I didn't mean to, it's just...
How about
Oh, no.
we take a look around the Pantheon, I give you the paper, and then you choose whether or not we sign. How does that go, huh?
Okay.
Let's go.
Sure.
With a quick, Alistair pulls out a ballpoint. It brings out a fountain pen, like a modern day fountain pen. This is an alien device to you all. Quickly signs. Don't show off your actual fountain pen, you fucking nerd.
Wait, give me a sec. Give me a sec. God damn
Nerd, what a
it.
nerd. You have a fountain pen? Fucking nerd.
God damn,
Amelia's
it's not
totally
in
got
here.
one on hand as well.
It's in my pencil bag. God damn. Okay, well, I know this for next time. Was it
Wow,
told we were
Amelia,
all
that's a
bringing
cool
our-
fountain pen. That's so cool.
My dumb precise V5. You don't have to embarrass me. I didn't realize we were fountain pens. God.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dox you like that. I didn't realize this would be such an important point of interest.
I'll know for next time.
Al, you're ascending gods?
Apparently, with a quick sign of his fountain pen on a contract, the scene shifts. You all find yourselves in what looks to be a massive interior of a palace, styled after a Grecian amphitheater, but it seems as though behind every shadow is not darkness but a hint of gold. Everything is iridescent, glowing. It's almost overwhelming how shiny everything is in a way. I'm sorry about that. I really forgot to warn you. Anyway, hi.
I pull out some sunglasses.
Hey, Al,
Those-
is this your house?
This is my place of work, yes.
You've
Hello.
never brought me here before.
I haven't because you are a child. How old are you again?
Honestly, the number of times that you've just bamfed me out of existence, I've kind of lost track. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
20 something, I
I've
think.
given
but
you many a
just...
temp ban.
Yeah. Last week, you banished me from existence for like 2 months. But actually, that was 2 months and a week ago, and I only just got back. So I don't know how old I am at this point. I come back and A's is like the same age as well every time. It's really wild. And then
Yeah,
Godfrey
it's
is a skeleton. It's really hard to tell.
The only
Indeed.
constants that you have in your life are permanent, so it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
That's-
yeah.
that's
Lost
very-
track of that a while ago.
That's very true. Well, this is the Pantheon of Order. I am not Order themselves. We have not seen Order themselves in a very long time. However, I am an aspect of them. I am Alistair, god of contracts,
Alistair.
doorways, teleportation, and bureaucracy. I am the active manager of this Pantheon. I ensure that all of its paperworks and dealings are done properly, and my greatest feat thus far is writing the divine contract that writ the world.
Oh. Good job on that one.
Yeah, right. We've heard the scripture, but like, I still don't see why you need us.
Well, we need you all for a special project, we shall call it. You see, every so often, the Pantheon of Order gets a reading from Fate. Fate is
Subpoena?
no, not a subpoena. That's different. Fate gives us a reading. Fate knows what events will happen, but not necessarily when. However, we usually assume they'll happen soon, and Fate has given us a reading. We are about to enter into another pantheonic war. Another war that we have faced many times, the war against the Chaos Gods. And mortal gods are very important pieces in this war. They are the only ones who are capable of, well, interacting with the mortal plane directly without the need of mediums and warlocks and magic artifacts. So they become especially important when battles and missions and espionage needs to be done. You mortals are amongst the strongest we've ever seen. And we have equally fitting pantheons and domains for you to govern in order for our plans to work. Domains and governing spaces that we have deemed, frankly, are the best fit for our operation. Would you like me to continue? Are you enticed?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I've been working on the sales pitch for quite some time, so I'm glad this
Oh
is
no,
working.
this elevator pitch is great.
No, yeah, like it's you're doing great.
Absolutely enraptured.
Yeah. Your presentation skills phenomenal, top
Thank you.
tier.
Thank
Can
you.
we get back to more details maybe on the war part?
Yeah, of course.
And needing mortals, that's, yeah.
Yeah, can't we die? Why would you not just do it?
Well, very interesting point. You see, mortal gods, once we ascend you to a specific pantheon domain and whatnot, you will become part of a very important section. You will become the god of a domain. The domains that you withhold will very directly create aspects of yourself. Within these aspects, they will bring out some aspects of yourself to best fit whatever needs that you potentially have within the domain. Typically, gods manifest 3 aspects total. One that is very close to how you view yourself. 2 others that are maybe parts of yourself that you have forgotten, parts of yourself that you need to address, or maybe even parts of yourself that are just you in a different light. Mortal gods are limited, but not killable necessarily. You can only be truly slain if all 3 of your aspects die. Now, to the chat, this is a level 20 campaign. I have given my players 3 character sheets that they get to play as and swap out as intermittently throughout the campaign. 3 character sheets that they can play as, and that is how this all aspect system works. Now,
Pretty bog.
it is pretty bug. With that being said, how do we feel?
You need this to happen. You need it.
We desperately need it, and we really need Feda as well. I am most upset that we did not grab Feda. We'll have to do another mission to go and nab him. But you are necessary.
Question. So you don't know where Feda is?
Feda... Fun fact about Feda. Feda is currently picked out by the god of luck. You see, we in the mainstays of the Pantheon, we've all picked one of you to be our sort of, well, protege, intern. You determine what you call it. But luck has chosen Feda due to some rather interesting properties about his existence. One of which, unfortunately, being he is notoriously difficult to track down.
Right.
You go, Faye.
Been there, done that.
So, the gods, I assume you'd be interested in what gods have chosen you all in the war and whatnot. But fate has chosen you, Ares. we've picked you to be the new god of time.
What happened to the old god of time?
We never had one.
Oh, how's that been working out for you?
Rather well, if I'm being entirely honest. It does result in some rather interesting properties around how we view time, but it is quite nice, but we need a god of time now.
Is this why you always don't know when last week was?
Shut up.
Right.
But yes, you would be the god of past, present, and future, respectively. The goal being that you would help fate know when events happen as well as what. You two together would be a mighty team.
Right.
Viary, you are marked down as the god of lies, and I have chosen you. As the god of contracts, I have been unable to lie on my contracts for a long time, and as we are entering into a war with the Chaos Gods, I think it would be nice to, well, be able to slip some sneaky contracts into their paper stream.
You always lecture me on the sanctity of contracts and how they should give you exactly what they say.
And they should, unless you are trying to fight in a war against Chaos Gods.
I feel like I have some lectures to circle back on at some point.
You
in
sound
the
like a
future.
bureaucrat.
Could we schedule a meeting, like a HR meeting?
Yes, we can schedule an HR meeting. Are you free next week?
Thank you. Yes. Do you
Okay.
know when that is?
Of course I do. Is that Tuesday?
Are you sure?
Godfrey's like gonna lean over
sometimes
to A's and just
Tuesdays.
like, freaking bureaucrats. All politicians are like this. And this is why you can't trust them.
Sometimes it's Tuesdays, but it's also like all of the days. But it's
Is
like
that my job to figure out these schedulings?
Is
You would
A's
definitely-
HR?
You would definitely help with scheduling meetings.
Do you know what a day planner is?
I actually keep a rigorous day planner. He snaps his finger, and you see that he has a planner that is eternally updating with a quill, writing by itself. Every single second, a thing that has happened that Alistair has witnessed physically.
Maybe we should have something that's more priority-based, so that way more relevant things are easier to find than every single speck of light that touches your eyes.
Noted. You realize Alistair is a little bit confronted by this information, but is not disagreeing. He's just a little bit like, I wish I'd thought of that.
Yeah. It's always hard the first few days of the new job when you're really trying to figure out exactly what your roles are.
Yeah. He then turns to Godfrey. And so, Godfrey the skeleton, the triumvirate of war, a trio of 3 gods, has chosen you. They've chosen you to be the god of penance.
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 That's a big word.
It means like forgiveness, but in like a retributive way.
Oh, forgiveness, but I get to hit you.
Sure.
Oh, Godfrey's going to be great at that one.
oh god.
Boy, do I got a bone to pick with some people.
Honestly, I can't think of anyone who'd be better at it.
Oh,
I
no, I
forgive
was
you.
being...
Thank
Yeah,
you. I think your
sure.
judgment's flawless, honestly.
Thank you.
Alistair,
I know, I'm
stop
going to be a
lying.
very just god.
Viary, stop lying to Godfrey. But as you are, we've chosen you for specific reasons. I hope you appreciate that this is not something we do often, and we wouldn't do it unless necessary, because we value mortal life greatly, and we value the choices that you make as mortals. You would become a god. You'd become immortal. You would never end, and you would be eternal and endless. You'd have great responsibilities to adhere to, and I will let you know that this Pantheon is not exactly the easiest to work in. Everything works on paperwork and contracts and deals in order to ensure that everything works properly, and as a result, we aren't exactly the most efficient. I am the god of bureaucracy, after all, and I've been running it since the dawn of time. Sometimes things just don't work. With that being said, Thoughts?
So, if you are looking for gods, do you think that the Chaos Pantheon is doing the same?
I wouldn't be surprised if they've already picked theirs.
Right. So, immortality and infinite responsibility is what you're offering us.
And, frankly, close to infinite power, but yes. That is my offer.
I'm already unending and undying as a skeleton, and I've already died once, so I might as well.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. I feel like we're going to need repeated meetings in order for you to get the full grasp of this, but I'm sure that's
Ace,
great.
can you put that on the schedule, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ace is
going.
not your secretary.
No, but Ace does the scheduling, and I don't have my day planner with me.
Why does everyone have a day planner but me?
Ace has been helping me.
Because we all understand how days work.
You don't...
I would like to look over the contract, if that's all right.
Of course. He whips out a contract, and similarly to everything in this place, gilded along the edges is a thin stripping of gold. Except this isn't like a gold leaf, it's golden light. Written as dark black ink, perfectly legible in perfect penmanship. Handed to you, you get your contract.
I'm going to look for a place to sit down as I meticulously go through it with Ace has a fountain pen, I promise. And I'm going to go through and start, like, you know, reading through it, seeing if there's anything that I have questions about, anything that I want change, anything that might sort of conflict with, like, things that A's might be interested in doing with their time, but
See.
I'm going to very, like, over with a fine-tooth comb go over every part of this contract because it's so important a decision we're making, and I know all of my friends know the gravity of that.
Every single one definitely
Every
knows the
single
gravity
one.
of the decision. Make an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Marcus. Awakes and paralegal. Did someone say contract? Yes.
Marcus!
Say hi to Marcus, everybody. Brilliant,
That's
brilliant,
not very
brilliant man.
good. That's a 21.
A 21? This contract, for as ominous as this all seems, is very fair and outlines everything you need. It goes through in great detail. I gave you one page, but as you eternally flip it over, it gets to another page, and another page, and another page. It takes an hour to get through. But eventually you go through this, like 10, 14 page plus contract with subsections and subsections and subsections and subsections. As you get through it, though, you note that it is fair. You get a domain that you can shape to your will and want. You become a fully fledged god. You get to shape how time is viewed on the mortal plane by your actions. You can get warlocks and clerics to work for you. You can get paladins. As you shape your domain, others will begin to view you in different ways, and as you take actions on the mortal plane, people will view your pantheon with a similar fashion. As you continue to go through it, you note that you will also gain a set of godly abilities befitting that of your stature. It is a contract that is fair, and it would definitely interfere with what you thought was once your mortal life. Because you're no longer a mortal, you won't be able to go down to just like work event, day trip, go to a bakery because you may have responsibilities, but nothing more egregious than what a work might be, you know?
Could we get warlocks to go to the bakery for us and get us the things that we want to bring it back to our corner office?
Yes.
Cool.
Interns for the interns.
So if I did this, like, long enough, could I, like, get warlocks who may eventually become powerful enough, like we did, who can then ascend to godhood on their own, and then get warlocks beneath them as some sort of, like, you know, inverted funnel type
Like
of company?
Like a pyramid? Like a pyramid? Like a multi-level pyramid?
I should let you know at this point that while you can get warlocks, only I have the power of Ascension.
Would you let us?
No.
Oh, but it would be so funny, Al.
seems
Just think
like
of it.
That seems like a very quick way to let
Yeah.
this company go on. Are you suggesting I turn my Pantheon into a pyramid scheme?
It would be kinda funny, though.
we did not say anything about
I
that.
absolutely
That
did
was
say that.
out of character.
I just think
That
it's
was
commitment
say
to
it.
it,
Al, you
Al.
insult us. Wow. Wow.
So long story short, there's nothing in this contract that A's would find objectionable.
Nothing that A's would find objectionable other than the fact it is a hefty responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll sign that.
All right. The last person, Viary,
You really need this one?
desperately. You would be the god of lies,
I know.
of course. Hands you the paper. You've signed many a paper from Alistair before.
I just sign it.
Oh my god.
Viary, we really need to work on that. You used to be so good.
What do you mean? Oh, you aren't going to screw me over. Everyone else read their contract. It's not like you're going to slip extra stuff into mine.
You look down
I
at
was
your
the only one who read it.
You look down at your hands and you notice that you now have an extra set of hands.
No, I can do the clappy
You
thing.
can clap like this.
Yeah, how
You know
long?
what?
How long, Al? We signed a contract once so that these didn't.
Hello? Oh no, I think I might have gone out. Fuck. Internet, please.
The offbeat outlaw.
Hello?
All right.
Chaos
We
God.
are the
Can you hear
DM.
me?
I'm the DM
You
now.
didn't come
Roll
out yet.
initiative, everyone.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
we
Yeah.
can hear
Okay.
you.
What happened?
I
I got
also see
I
you.
don't know.
I don't know.
the stream never stopped, right? Does the stream
No,
still
it
go?
didn't.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah,
I
it's
have-
still going.
You're
I,
fine.
I see us frozen on the stream. It's really funny.
Okay.
Al, how long are these gonna last for? And also, what happened to my pronouns?
You didn't see the pronoun section.
What? What do you mean?
Congrats.
Why don't I have any anymore?
I stole them.
Why?
Your pronouns have been revoked. It's no longer gender
I mean,
gender
it's
envy.
not like I needed
It's
them.
gender gluttony.
It's not like I needed them. It's just they're gone now.
Yes, you don't have any. It's very unfortunate.
Hey.
Anyway, congratulations on becoming fully fledged gods. Those hands last for a minute. Welcome to becoming fully fledged gods. You have a lot of paperwork to sign. And with that, I think, you know what? Should we take our first break a little early, maybe? Should we take our first quick little break early? It feels like a very cinematic time.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's good. I do have one question about the contract.
Yes.
Is does it matter how many A's I put on it?
No. You can
Okay.
put A's and then defined at a later date.
I'm gonna put A. I'm just gonna put A to the X.
Wait, have you not signed it yet?
No, I did. We're rewinding a bit.
Yeah, okay.
I signed it after I read it. Actually, I probably by that point I hadn't because it took me an hour to read through the thing.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say that Fader was coming and gonna be a god?
Yes, under luck.
We haven't seen Fader in ages, not since we were like overthrowing an empire together. Had like full-blown spy ops, and then like at the
Oh, I
end of it,
remember that.
we
I
just...
was on the wrong side. My bad.
Yeah, we had to pull you in from that one.
Yeah,
That was a little bit awkward.
I was a little confused. They were just like they were like the peasants. They hate us and they're lying. I'm like, oh, that's unjust. I'll kill them. And then you guys were like, oh,
Normally, you're better at discerning these things, but
but
like,
they were very
What?
convincing, very charismatic.
dude, that was because had infiltrated their propaganda machine to turn them against the people against them.
I like look at Alistair
Yeah,
and I'm like,
so told you, very convincing.
are
Oh,
you still
thanks! I'm so
sure
glad.
about this?
I worked really hard on those documents, you know.
Alistair,
Yeah, they worked well.
Alistair turns to A's and goes, unfortunately, I am 100% sure that this is the team we need.
We won't let you down now.
Godfrey signs, but the O is a little skull.
What a signature.
A's, take care of them.
take care of them. We can take
That's what
care
I
of
do.
ourselves.
Mm.
We've been doing it
Yeah,
for a while.
I'm sure you all can. Alistair slips you a note, Ace. Do you open it, Ace?
I do. If he's like very surreptitiously slipped it, I wait till like people aren't looking.
It's like almost obvious. It's almost like he's making a point of slipping you a note.
Yeah. Yeah, I will open it.
Yeah. Please take care of them. I am very scared.
But Godfrey,
Yeah,
if you ever need to figure out... Oh, sorry.
Oh, I just look at him and like nod.
Yeah.
I set the note on fire.
So Godfrey, if you ever need to figure out if you're on the right or wrong side, I just need you to like, we need to come up with like a secret system so that you can like leave a message, I'll find it, and then I'll come find you and let you know which side to be on.
That seems so.
Here, how about this? You see
Non-simple.
Godfrey like takes like a rib cage and like rips it off and like passes it to you. I'll cast
Oh.
locate object on that and I'll find you.
All right. Yeah.
Because
So if you ever
technically I'm a
find
corpse.
yourself...
Technically I'm a corpse, so defined by D&D 5e, I am an object.
How do you know that?
That is fair. All right, because the thing is, like, if you're ever in the middle of a revolution or like some sort of like crazy situation, I know this happens, but especially whenever Fate is around, you just
Penance has no
make
judgment.
sure that you
It really should though. Penance really
Penance
should be
really should.
exerting judgment.
Everyone must be
Everything.
forgiven with violence.
We'll
It's
work
just like
on
levels
this.
of violence. Like you get a small bunk, you get a big bunk.
That's. I mean, like, if you count like a pat on the back as a bonk, we can work on that. We can work. That's a good starting position. Yeah.
I'm gonna if I put this in my necklace, the bone, and I'm like waving around the rib cage, will he be able to find it, or does that count as like a pocket dimension? Can I have like a little bit sticking out so that he can locate object, or am I actually gonna have to walk around with a piece of Godfrey's rib cage?
Technically, he could just cast locate object on your necklace. I do believe that would be better.
This is my friendship rib. I give it to my best friends.
Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet, Godfrey. I didn't know you thought of me like that. I think
Yeah,
of you as my
Ace,
my
yeah.
best friend as well.
This is
Oh,
my other
I'm
friendship
good. I don't
rib.
need. Oh, thank you.
I
I
have
would give
6
you-
left.
Maybe
would
you should keep some
how many
of
best
them.
friends have you had? You know, I would totally give you a best friend rib. I just that's not
should.
physically possible for me. That's gonna be a little.
We can
owies.
find a
So
way around that.
I don't know that we need to, but we'll circle back. We'll circle back. I'm just gonna pop this in my necklace. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, you can just cast it on the necklace, though, right?
Yes.
Fine.
Cool. Just yeah. All right.
Well, this has been great. Wonderful meeting. I'll let you guys know once the task force is officially instated. Yeah, this is great. I'm just going to take these contracts. I need to officially indict them. Well, not indict them. That's the wrong word. Stamp them. He takes the papers, rolls them up, snaps them away, and then he pulls out very large stacks of paper. Puts them on each of your laps or in your hands if you're standing. Work through those. Initial everywhere there's an underline. Sign everywhere that says to be signed, and put in all the information we need. And with that, we shall take our first break. We will be right back, everybody, in like, how long do you think break should be? I usually do
7.5 minutes.
7.5 minutes. Let's make it 10. Bye! everybody, welcome back to the thing that we do every single Friday as of now. That's how things work. Here we are.
Yep.
I'm just notifying my Discord that we are back. And hello. I just realized that I forgot to make one of my mods a moderator officially on YouTube.
You're doing awesome.
I accidentally gave the wrong. I gave them. They had 2 accounts, and I didn't make the right one. The mod.
Good job.
My bad. I'll fix it afterwards.
My fault, OG.
But here we are, back, and so we zoom back in on our protagonists, all 3 of them so far, and they are busy looking over a massive, positively ginormous mound of paperwork. It's like as tall as you are sitting down. It's big. And as we zoom in on these characters, A's, please describe yourself and what you look like while you're busy writing all this stuff.
Yeah, so A's is a very tall, feminine presenting Eladrin. Their skin is tawny brown, although there are some parts that are deep mauve lavender. Very fae, like long loose curls of hair that change colors along with the seasons, along with their eyes, and they wear this large sort of mantle cape adorned in flowers and feathers and leaves that likewise change based on the flora and fauna of the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm.
And as A sits down, because the rules are, if you make someone an elf, you gotta make them old as fuck. Like, that's just how it goes. And A's has done a lot of business in their whole lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
so pretty much as soon as we got the paperwork, was like, yep, this is what it takes to be a god, and just kind of sits down and starts going at it, reads everything meticulously, initials things, puts little sticky note flags just in case there's anything if they come across that they have questions on, but it's basically just kind of sitting down quietly. It's found some sort of table to sit at, and it's just going through the paperwork very studiously.
Crisp. Viary, what do you look like?
Well, I tell you about Viary's face, but it's never quite the same twice because it's easy to forget what you look like when you change features like clothes. But they have a shock of white hair, which is braided back behind their horns, mostly so that they don't drip ink from the pen that's perpetually tucked behind one ear. And they wear a cloak that is always billowing the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. And what do you look like when you're busy going through paperwork?
Oh, I have this stack of paperwork and a pen, and I'm just initialing it as I go. And Charlie, can you
Your imp familiar appears.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey Charlie, so Al got me to sign a thing, and now I'm a god, I guess. But I'm
You
just
did
signing
what?
The paperwork. Yeah, no, Al handed me a contract, and I just
Oh
signed
my!
it.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Does this make you
Hold
old?
on.
What?
That your little imp familiar waddles over to Alistair, and you guys hear the beginnings of an argument. You cannot give this baby a paperwork that powerful.
I'm not a baby.
Yes, you are. You cannot do it. You appointed me to be her legal advisor, and you just let her sign it before I could even arrive? In my
Her,
defense,
is that my pronouns?
and you signed away their pronouns.
Oh, I mean,
Ow!
to be fair, I wasn't really using them much anyway.
I
I'm not
understand.
mad about that part.
Ay.
This isn't like the time that they signed away my last name. That was...
Oh, lest we not forget when you gave up your last name to the void.
That was... look, that wasn't that bad.
Get back to
fair.
signing.
It's
Let me argue with Alistair.
Viary works really well. It's like Madonna.
Alistair casts silence over your area, and
Thank God.
Alan
This isn't working.
Al and Charlie continue to hash things out as they rework the contract. How do you look like, Skeleton?
Well, let me tell you. He's a skeleton.
Any
So
like
true.
armor, anything?
Yeah, so so Godfrey, so when Godfrey was resurrected, Godfrey's not really sure of the semantics of it and like the fine print, but what he was told is that he wasn't supposed to die when he did, because they carried a 0 wrong. So what they did to fix the problem is they carried the 0 back, but it's been a couple thousand years or something since he was alive, so now he's just a skeleton. And he woke up in the tomb of this old king. He don't know why he was there, but he was there, and he was laid to rest in this massive plate armor with this massive, basically buster sword, and this little dainty crown that he loves very much. He doesn't wear it very often. He's turned it into a bracelet because it doesn't fit his head anymore because there's no flesh on it. And it does. He's very big boned. He's about 6 feet tall in skeletal form. So,
I love him.
yeah, and
Doing
he's
great
just
things
he's
here.
looking at this paperwork. It's just like, I wish I knew how to read.
That's great. That was great news. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna quickly add my mod back. 1 second, everybody.
Yeah.
Telepathically to Godfrey, because I can't speak out loud, be like, you can borrow Charlie if you want to read the stuff.
Oh, that'd be great, Charlie, my boy, Charlie.
Oh, he's busy arguing with Alistair.
Are you like, is this like trading employees kind of thing?
What exactly do you need, Godfrey?
I can't read.
Excuse me, my child. What did you just say to me?
I can't read, and I need someone to make sure I know what I'm getting into.
Okay. Let's slow down. Let's run this one back right quick. What exactly do you mean when you say that you can't read? Is this like
So I know a language,
Okay.
but it's not this one because I'm old.
Okay, what language do you know?
Fleminaic. It's a lot of hares and claws.
Aha.
It's a miracle I even know common.
I see.
Would not Alistair know that language?
Alistair, can we add that upon ascension for this young lad that he gains the ability to read and write common?
I do believe that can be arranged. Yes.
Put that in an amendment 4.
That's the amendment that designates your godly powers. You want to
Add
associate.
that
Okay.
there.
It is-
Now, my domain includes English.
That's. I'm very happy that is what you believe. Okay, I've added my mod. So sorry, mod. You officially can mod now. Yes. Yeah, you can now. You have a godly power over common, I guess.
Crazy. I can take away people's ability to read now.
That's not how that works. You have the ability to
Power
speak
word
in-
unread.
Excellent. You guys go.
What's
Can I
the
add
save
that
on
to
that
one of my
one?
copies?
Intelligence, charisma, wisdom.
It's not an ability. It's not an ability. There's
I feel
not.
like it should be.
it's
The
not-
Fourth Amendment of my contract says it is, though.
That's not what the Fourth Amendment says, Godfrey. The Fourth Amendment, I believe, says that you gain the ability to read and write common.
Does it designate who?
It says you do, Godfrey.
It says you.
It says the.
That doesn't say. It doesn't say Godfrey Haas, me, the skeleton man. It says you.
It
I
says
thought the Fourth Amendment had to do with like search and seizure.
no. That's
It does. Do I have the power to search and seize things?
No, it's the opposite.
Oh. Too bad I can't read.
Alistair just pinches what's left of his temples and decides I'm going to go and start talking with the other gods, just to let them know that you've arrived.
Oh, these are like your friends, like your work friends that you always talk about.
My employees, yes.
Right.
Friends with your employees?
I'm not friends with my employees. They are my employees and colleagues. We have poker night
Yeah.
every Thursday.
He's very strict about the no friends with his employees thing.
Yes, exactly.
Been
It
working
creates a
on it for years.
creates a hostile work environment.
Right, right.
I keep leaving my mouse on screen, and I always keep it on the bottom right, so I'm very sorry, Amelia. There has been a mouse for at least the past 5 minutes on your forehead.
Is it like on the stream or just
On the stream. Don't worry. I made sure the audience can see it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And
First
so
the break, now this.
And so, chat. In case you're wondering what they are the gods of, the person who designed this lovely jubbly stream overlay, the one and only Brooklyn Tuesday, aka one of our players, made some. First of all, can we just give a clap for how beautiful this overlay looks? In the bottom right-hand corner of everybody's screen, you see little symbols. Those designate what they are the gods of. We can see a sand dial for time. A scale for penance, and a contract for lies. And once we introduce god.jpg, I'll introduce them properly, but they have a little coin.
That great JPEG.
That
God
great
of JPEGs.
And is this the same Alistair from the last campaign offbeat? It's adjacent. But you are all left alone signing all of this, and at some point you all reach a section in the paper where it says, please designate what your current class description is. And by this I mean, please state out loud what your class levels are and what classes they are in.
17 in Genie Warlock and 3 in Echo Knight Fighter. Which Offbeat has informed me is like a thing that already existed that people were very excited about.
Called a
and
Ghost
It's called a
Lance.
Ghost Lance. Yeah.
It's very cool.
I just thought it was really cool.
A's?
Okay, I have 14 in Blade Singer Wizard. I have 3 in a Echo Knight Fighter, and I want to say I have the artificer that is good with armor and stuff.
Incorrect. It's the Battlesmith.
Battlesmith. It's because my brain was thinking Battlemaster, and I was like, that's fighter.
Yes, but it is the
Yeah.
Battlesmith.
Battlesmith.
And Godfrey.
I'm so
So
good at Dungeons and
I feel
Dragons.
bad because I actually used the wrong one earlier. I used the wrong form. The one that's the base form of Godfrey is a 7 levels in Paladin, 3 levels in Fighter, 6 levels in Sorcerer, and 4 in Warlock.
Mm.
There's a lot of classes in there. That's really
It
confusing.
Well, that's what we're at. And so, you all write that down. And you come to a next section. A final paperwork section. It says, you, as a mortal god, you are going to gain 3 aspects. You are going to gain 2 aspects on top of your current aspect. What would you like to name them? And each of you have suggestions. A's has past, present, and future. Godfrey, you have penance, judge, jury, and executioner. All 3 under the god of penance. And Viary, you have slander, libel, and defamation.
Gaslight, Gatekeep, and Girl Boss.
As they are rewritten.
Thanks, Al.
Okay, we're gonna need to work on the name. I don't think I can call you.
I
Gaslight,
feel like they're
Gatekeep,
great
Girl Boss.
names. Thank you very much.
I just am not gonna know what those mean. What do these words
I
mean?
know
You're
what
saying-
those mean. We can circle back on this in our HR meeting if you,
You
want.
do really,
Like, we can...
I just need to be able to, when I'm like making the battle strategies with warfare. I need. To
Is
be
that
able to
my
remember-
boss?
That is one of your bosses. You have 3.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I have 3 dads or moms or parents. Oh my god.
You have
the
a. You,
paperwork on that sounds insane.
as you look over at Godfrey's, it's a little. It's about like a head and a half more than all of yours. But as you guys sign all of these, it takes a while. In fact, it takes nearly 8 hours. It is a grueling signing experience. Afterwards, Alistair hands to all of you, like little bottles of nectar. Just quickly sip those. You'll rest right up. And as you drink...
Is this within like? Is this overtime? Are we getting paid for overtime?
I would recommend just not answering it.
Yes, thank you. Anyway.
As the god of time, I need to know, is this overtime or no
Yes.
AIDS? Oh, it is. Awesome.
Wait, Al, why does it say on here that we don't get paid, but we have to pay taxes?
Those are your spell slots.
I'm dead. Technically, I'm not eligible for taxation by the IRS.
That's not how that works up here. These are godly taxes. You pay them whenever you cast a spell.
I feel like you're just making up the rules as you go along.
I think you're wrong.
I think there's very famously a divine contract that lays out all of these things.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, can we see it?
We'll get to that. As you guys finish signing these paperworks, do you guys drink the liquid that Alistair has given you all?
Yeah, it tastes like limoncello LaCroix.
It definitely...
It tastes like coffee.
It tastes like whatever you bloody well want it to. It tastes good.
Like milk.
And yours tastes like milk. Surprisingly, though, for you, Godfrey, despite being a skeleton, it actually, you managed to ingest it, question mark. It doesn't just dribble out of you like other liquids.
Godfrey, does it get you drunk?
It might. Don't tell Fada.
We've been trying this for years.
I know.
When they
Don't
track
tell
down
them.
Fada. When they track down Fada, I gotta let him know.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Oh,
Listen,
come on.
listen.
They've been trying to figure this out for so long.
Listen, if you don't tell Fada, I will back you up on 2 lies every single day.
You have to back me up on lies anyway. Besides, I'm a better liar than you are.
I'm not saying I'm gonna lie. I'm saying I'll help.
Oh.
As in,
Interesting.
give you the help action.
I see. I feel like that's a deal.
2 lies a day.
2 lies a day.
As you guys shake hands, you note that a golden flash occurs, and Alistair goes, "Oh, cool, another deal was made."
Oh, that's really concerning.
It only happens when a deal is made within here. As you hand the paperwork to Alistair, with a flash, Alistair looks over all the papers. They just fly in front of his face. He stacks them all up, compresses them, folds them into little cranes, and they fly away. So, now that that has all been done, I guess it's time for you to become gods. You all, as you walk through the store, he points behind him in this amphitheater-like space. As you walk through this gateway, you will officially ascend. There's no turning back after this. Are you ready? The other gods are waiting.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, right this way. Alistair points in through the door. Who would like to go first?
I'll step forward.
As you bravely take the first steps through, and in a flash, as the 2 others look at you, you are gone. But A's, you are not actually gone. As you walk through, you walk out into a grand pavilion. Standing before you is a massive conglomeration of gods, and sitting on seats are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other gods, and then a 7th seat that is empty. As you walk through, everyone turns. Alistair appears beside you and goes, "Everyone, let me introduce to you the first god of time!" And uproarious applause. It rumbles your ears, it's so loud. As you look out, you see people of varying shapes and sizes and abilities. You see things that are just balls of fire. You see living statues. And you see in the 6 seats people of great, definitely the most powerful people in the room. You see a very typical depiction of death, scythe, gray cloak, and a skeletal face peeking out from it. You see beside them are 3 gods all scrambling for who gets to sit on the chair. There is a youngish looking man in armor that seems almost too big for him, despite the fact that he himself is a large muscular man. There's an old grandmother in a jet black pantsuit, almost like what would look like the queen would look like if she was going to a funeral. And you see a young business type woman who looks like she just graduated from university, except stabbing out of her tightly kept bun is a knife that is perpetually dripping blood. Next over, you see a young 20-something looking woman in just a gray hoodie with maybe a barbecue stain on the left corner. She's very much the most normal looking out of everyone there. As you look closer, though, you see a name tag, and it says God of Luck. And then the empty seat. Back with the other 2. What do you guys do? Do you walk through? Alistair is still there with you as well.
Yeah, Godfrey will clap Viary on the back. Viary? I'm so sorry. Nope. Viary on the back of it. All right, here we go. And
no. I gotta talk to Al first.
Godfrey, you jet through. Viary, you're the last one.
Al, are you sure about this? You remember?
Definitely. But let's give a moment of praise for our let's give us a little bit of moment for cinematicism for Godfrey on the other side. We'll come out when we're ready.
Okay.
For the sake of cinematics, Godfrey, you pop out right beside Fate, just right beside the God of Time, A's. And as you come out, your armor is more resplendent. And as you look at A's, they too look more holy. There's a certain air of eternity about them.
Ace, you're glowing, literally.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
As you go,
too.
as you step through, Alistair goes, "Everybody, the God of Penance, Godfrey!" And once again, uproarious applause, way too loud. And you see the 3 who are busy fighting over the seat. They all stand at attention. And they go, and almost at once, they go, "That's my boy! My boy! I chose him!"
Hi, parents!
You can see, the man with the armor that's too big going, "That's the one! That's the guy I picked!" And then you see, the old grandma going, "I do believe we came to a mutual decision warfare." And then the woman with the bleeding dagger goes, "Yes, I do believe that I was actually the one who found him after he slew an entire army on his own." And as they sort of bicker and fight for a moment, they just lock eyes with you, and they look beamingly proud.
Oh wow, this is what it feels like to be beloved.
Time, you look over at the empty seat, and you see that the empty seat. You see that there's a name tag there, and a stack of cards, displayed in a symbolic arrangement, and it says Fate. And you know this to be the one that chose you. Back with Viary. Oh, now would be a good time. I do believe Godfrey's had a nice moment to take it all in.
I get that. It's just, Al, are you sure after...
I know there's going to be some misgivings, and I know you're going to be scared. Last time I gave you a responsibility that was, frankly, smaller, but still the biggest thing you'd done up to that point. But I trust you. Come on.
Okay. All right.
Viary, you reluctantly go through?
Yeah.
All right. As you make your way through, once again, in a flash, you appear. You two a little bit more glowingness to you. Alistair on the other side goes, "Everybody! The third god and final god for today. Don't worry, we are still finding our 4th. But the God of Lies!" And there's slightly less applause.
Godfrey's going crazy.
Godfrey.
But since he's got skeletal hands, it's not clapping. It's just more of the Minecraft skeleton sound.
Yes.
There's everyone seems everyone's yeah. It's like a little bit awkward, not gonna lie.
Hi.
Alistair holds up a tiny sign that says applaud. And everyone goes, whoa! And everyone goes into an uproar.
They
So
love
what do we do
you!
now? Yeah, totally.
As, as you come out, one
Come
god
around.
appears from the crowd. Shining armor, glowing red sword. He stabs it into the ground. The god of lies, Alistair! Have you lost your mind? Alistair looks at this god. Hello, truth. I see you have some misgivings about our new appointee. Yes, I do. And you see, someone who's definitely definitely gotten everything their way their entire life. In the most shiny armor you've ever seen. I do believe that if you are expecting me to accommodate a concept which I have fought desperately to keep separate from our order for the last years, Alistair. If you think I would simply take this lying down, you must think me some kind of fool. I am truth. Everything I have fought for has been to ensure the safety and sanctity of the order. And you are telling me to... It's a hypocrisy. A paradox.
Al, I can go back. It's not a problem.
It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate it. Alistair, like, very calmly takes out, like, a boom mic. And just, like, a little mic and clips it to his shirt. Hello, everybody. I understand that lies is something that not everybody can appreciate. And like a good wine, needs some time before you understand its value. It is at this time I'd like to remind all patrons of our Pantheon that we are not any sort of moral. We do not abide good or evil as being more valuable than the other. We chiefly and only seek to bring greater providence to order. That is all. I am the god of bureaucracy. Meaning, to an extent, I am a god of redundancy, contrivance, hypocrisy. My entire existence was supposed to make things run smoother. Yet all I seem to be capable of doing is furthering roadblocks, paperwork, boring things. If you cannot find it in yourselves to accommodate hypocrisy into your understanding of your domains, then you clearly do not understand the power of your domain. A lot of you represent conceptual things between mortals, which are inherently hypocritical. Lies is valuable. Lies are useful. After all, we all tell tales. What is a good joke but a really cleverly told lie? You see Light chuckles. I realize there are misgivings, but you must accept my choice. For this is the only choice we have in the war. After that, truth seems quieted. Simmers back down. And Luck, the god in the gray hoodie, stands. If any of you have any problems with lies as a choice, you can go and find your own god. But you gotta approve it by me first. And if you don't, you will die. Lies sits back down very calmly, takes out a calculator, and just throws it at Truth in the face. And so Truth sits back down.
Ace. That might be the coolest person I've ever seen.
Yeah, she definitely made some very interesting stylistic choices.
What is that frock she is wearing?
Thanks, Al.
Of course. Now! Less doom and gloom philosophy and politics. Onward with the ceremony. And so proceeds a very long and boring ceremony, which I have no interest in dictating. There's moments of grandeur and like, oh, look, and then they reenact a short play in telling you all how the order was founded. Something about order was split in 3, and now all that remains is Alistair. Something about that. And then, as you look behind you, at the very end of the ceremony, Alistair says, and so that leaves us with the divine contract. The very center of our philosophy. The infinite entity which describes, prescribes, and helps us and created the very universe which I wrote by hand. The divine contract. And as you look behind you, well, as you guys look out, the rest of the crowd whips around, and there is a great glowing ring, almost superimposed on the top of your vision. No matter what perspective you are looking at it, it seems to be dead center looking at you. And it makes sure that no matter what is in the way of your current vision, you can see it perfectly. There are writing that scrawls along the ring, around and around and around and around and around and around. And as you look deeper at the scrawling writing, it is written in every single language that you know how to speak. It flits between common, celestial, as you all also know how to speak now, Sylvan, Pharmaic, I believe Godfrey could speak.
Fleamamaic.
Fleamamaic. Ancient Fleamamaic. It flits between all those languages, and there seems to be just like redundancy after redundancy written upon it. It's like, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt kill in certain conditions, thou shalt not kill unless it seems to be like that. But then as you look deeper, there's more specific stuff, like gravity dictates that you must fall towards an object. And as you look
Al,
even closer,
is this the reason why you gave me that lecture on the Infinite Dictionary that one time?
yes.
Oh, it's starting to make sense.
As you look deeper through it, everything is written in there. Everything that ever has and ever will be written. And so, everyone, I must now bid you all adieu. Thank you for the God Anointment ceremony. And for the looking upon the Elden Ring. I mean the divine contract.
Oh,
It's the everything bagel.
in search of the divine contract.
By the flame of ambition.
The ceremony ends, and everyone disperses. By disperse, I mean they all just flip out in a blink of light, and they're all gone, leaving you with the ones that remained on their thrones. Mm-hmm. Well, Alistair looks at everyone. That went better than I expected. The rest of the gods all like commune and babble and go like, yeah, I'm very pleased with all of this. And everyone's like, they're like quickly chat amongst themselves, and then they look over at you three who are here. Luck seems a little disappointed.
How badly did Al expect that to go?
Warfare pipes up.
Oh, he expected it to go positively horribly. Last time we had mortal gods, so much rabble. There was a fight.
Who were the last mortal gods?
They were poorly chosen, if we're being entirely honest. They were in the last war. We did win that one. The last mortal gods. We had espionage, secrecy, a lot more trickery in that last one. We might have called it the Cold Pantheonic War. Spies, and then we had a god of general diction.
Wait, if the timeline's... Never mind.
Right. And what happened to them? Where are they now?
Well, some of them were amongst that giant crowd that you saw there.
Oh, right. So they're all right. They, lived.
Yeah, some of them went back to being mortals afterwards.
You can do that?
Yes. Did you not read the contract?
It just didn't really seem that important, if I'm being honest.
Warfare looks at Al, and Al's just like,
Al, gives me so many contracts. At this point, it just makes more sense to sign them because he doesn't generally screw things up for me. Sometimes he gives me extra hands and he's like, oh, look, now you can clap with your hands and the thing. It's a whole thing, right? Like, it's a bit of a bit. I did make him sign a contract one time that said that he had to put like a very limited time limit on how long the extra hands lasted because they were getting really inconvenient for spellcasting. But overall, we have good faith agreements. I don't need to read the damn contracts.
I'm walking toward the deck of cards while they're all talking.
Yeah. As you look, as you get to the deck of cards, you look at them, and they say, "Meet me at my domain." They say that on repeat as you flick through them. Bloodshed notices.
I check it literally every single card as I'm just like.
They all say, "Meet me at my domain." They've got different looks on them. Like, they look like the typical tarot deck, but they all say on them, inscribed in different portions of it, "Meet me in my domain." Bloodshed looks over and says, "Oh, yeah, fate's formless, so can't really appear necessarily."
Checks out. Makes sense.
Well, I think it's time that we gave you your domains, and thusly, you all could properly, do that. Set that up. Warfare looks, the triumvirate of war looks to you, Godfrey, and they hold out their hands.
Let's fucking go. Like skips off into the distance.
They hoist you on top of Warfare's shoulder, and then the two other gods, Bloodshed and Cruelty, hold your hand as they walk you off. Alistair points at you, A's, and goes, "If you want to know where the domain of fate is, it's just over there. They'll handle the rest of your domain business."
Right. I'll take the cards. As I'm walking past Luck, I'm just going to say, also, thank you, just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I keep going.
Luck puts her hands in her pockets and just goes, "Fate, I couldn't make it, I see." Alistair goes, "Yes, we did. I deeply tried to find where he was, but apparently we missed the date. May 15th is apparently when Feta and A's meet up every year. Is that without fail? Without fail. Every year. Every year. Did we, ever put them in hell and then, did, they just appear and they just happen? Did that just happen to work?" They look over at you, Ace.
Yeah, no. Well, I think that one was sort of a self-fulfilling thing. We were just trying to test it out, so I thought I would go to hell, and I think Feta also thought they would go to hell, and then we were both just in hell, so we kind of made it happen. We should have coordinated better on that one, I think.
I see. Well, apparently, yes. And Luck seems bemused. Well, I guess I'll go and locate where Feta is. And now she looks frustrated once more, and she puts her hands in her pockets and just slowly waddles off in her sandals.
She's the coolest.
Is she pleased? Could she be wearing calf-high socks with the Adidas slides?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's peak I'm going out to put out the garbage attire.
Exactly. And that leaves just so A's, where would you like to go? Are you gonna go and find Fate? Or are you? Yes, okay. So you make your way to where Fate would be, leaving Alistair and Viary. All right, let's go to mine. Alistair.
Does this mean I get to see your desk?
Yes. He snaps his fingers, and you are in his office. It looks like the most boring office you've ever been in, except there is a magnificent desk. I'm talking, it looks like the front of a cathedral. There's like carved wood gargoyle heads, desks upon desks upon desks, and drawers and drawers and drawers. And there's Alistair sitting at it.
This is the most on-brand thing that you have ever done. You have ever put in front of me, let me tell you. However, it's got to be said, if you're going to put this much work into the desk, why not, emphasize it a little? Tie in the room a bit?
Well, that would be inefficient. Alistair Tipper brings out a great book. Now, Viary.
Yes.
As the god of lies, I have teched out a section of the divine contract.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this section contains every lie ever writ. And ever to be writ, though they are not revealed yet. They'll be revealed when they happen.
Right.
He plunks it
Is
down.
that just a book of everything I've said?
Oh, what you've said is definitely in here. Whenever you speak to me, I come back and cross-reference our conversation. I am deeply concerned with the amount of lies that you tell me sometimes. But it's okay.
But you know that I'm lying. You're really good at telling.
Yes.
I'm really bad at lying to you. For some reason, everyone else believes me, but you.
That tends to happen when you know someone for long enough. Anyway, this book here is the source of your domain.
Oh. Okay.
So
Thanks.
once you open it, read it, your domain will be set up, and it will have a metaphysical space within the Pantheon. That grand amphitheater-like structure is just what we use for parties. It mostly looks like an office space. Do you know what
But
an
I have
office
to
is?
read it?
No, you don't have to read it, but it helps.
Oh, okay. Right, so it's like an instruction manual.
Yeah, there is an instruction manual on the inside, and it tells you how to set up your domain and how to shape it, how to work it, and how to make sure that everything runs smoothly, you know.
I gotta be honest with you, Al. I don't even know what a domain of lies would look like. Can we just, like, stick a pin in that and I'll, like, make it later or something? I'm sure it'll be, like... You know, I need to workshop ideas, that sort of thing.
Okay, well, you can workshop ideas. Just open the damn
Okay.
book. And we will have to just... And get ready to suit up or whatever. You can change...
Suit up.
Choose whatever... Choose whatever aspect of yourself you'd like to go out as, because we're about to send you on mission.
Oh, like already? Like now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think the universe stopped for no reason occasionally, just because we were anointing new gods?
No, this is honestly the most on brand that you've ever been. I just thought we might get, like, maybe a moment to breathe. It's okay. It's all right. Well, you know, great work, Al. I'm sure that nothing will go wrong with increased responsibility.
All right, just open your damn book. And so we
Okay,
shift scenes to Godfrey and the Triumvirate of War. They are all happily skipping to what appears to be a tent, like a war tent, like a tent that you'd see just like in the middle of a battlefield. But as you step inside of the tent, it opens up into the full domain of war. And there's battle strategies and maps and weapons and gear and stuff that you don't frankly understand. Like there's a dang tank. Godfrey doesn't know what a tank is. Godfrey is a skeleton. but there's definitely all that stuff there. And so they plunk you down. And they go, so, Warfare steps up. I believe a formal introduction is necessary because, well, you might notice there's something a bit weird about all of us. Hi.
We're not skeletons.
We are not skeletons, that is true. But I am Warfare.
Hi, Warfare.
All of the gods of the Triumvirate of War are not actually war gods. These are merely aspects of ourselves. I am typically the god of strategy. I bulk up when wartime happens, and thus I become the god of warfare. I'm vaguely the person who decides the strategies in the war, though it has to be okayed and triple-checked by the other two. And he signals to the other two to Cruelty first. Cruelty, the old woman. I am typically the goddess of discipline, though in war I must take on my aspect of cruelty. I do not dictate and control it as much as manage it. The war has no cruelty. It is only bloodshed and strategy, and thusly mortals think it is a glorious affair and it goes on too long. If there is only cruelty, well then there will be retribution, and thusly more bloodshed and loss in life and whatnot. The whole purpose of the Triumvirate is to limit the loss of life of mortals.
Makes sense.
And then Bloodshed steps up, the last god. She takes out her bun, stabs her knife into the nearby desk, and you notice the desk itself begins to bleed. I am Bloodshed. I manage how incited to kill the gods are. Oftentimes that can be, I need to make the or in the mortals as well. Let me explain my services a bit better. So when it comes to mortals, I ensure that they are enraptured enough with the need to kill that they do what they need to, but ensure that the rest of the plans go smoothly. I ensure that strategies plans work out so that there is as little life lost as possible. Think of us like a crisis team.
Gotcha.
I am typically passion.
Oh, that's fun.
However, I offer an alternative service for gods, especially mortal gods. You see, sometimes mortal gods need to kill things better, and so I offer a service where for a 15-minute session with me, I can incite you to kill.
You're a murder therapist.
Yes, a reverse therapist.
Nice.
And for the chat and for the players, this Bloodshed, if you would like a service with Bloodshed during your downtime, you can schedule a service with Bloodshed, in which you will have an RP session with Bloodshed in which they will pick apart your character and say really mean things about your character. However, you get an extra 2d8 per attack for the next mission, until you take your next long rest.
I'm going to be talking to you a lot.
Well, I can expect a lot of fun then. But you are
Yay.
the god of penance. We've chosen you to be our sort of fourth member of a triumvirate.
How does that work?
Don't ask me, but at the very least, you are supposed to represent the reconciliation or lack thereof after a war. Should both sides forgive and forget? Or should there be more justice? You are essentially the one that checks over our work and ensures that we have done good, or if we haven't, you ensure that the proper justice is enacted. Because after all, mortals are fickle, and while we can certainly do our best, they don't always listen to us. So should there be, and you will also be, as you are penance and not necessarily part of the triumvirate of war, you will also deal with matters and dealings not affiliated with war. Minor conflict, disagreement, things that are outside of our control.
That'll be fun.
But we have chosen you to be a source of retribution in the coming Pantheonic war.
Why me?
Godfrey, you are a man taken unjustly. You see, don't hold it against him, but the god of death made a mistake.
How often does that happen?
Never. It was the first recorded mistake in history.
Wow. I'm a special snowflake.
You are a special snowflake, as is everybody we chose, but you were the first recorded mistake, and as thus we noticed something. You led a just life as a king.
I was a king?
How much do you know about your past life, Godfrey?
Nothing.
Bloodshed looks over at Warfare, and Warfare just kind of puts his head in his hand, like, just covers his mouth, just like I'm doing. We'll need to, Cruelty. The old woman laces her fingers and goes, if we tell him all at once, I think it might be overwhelming. He was the peach-eyed king. The Sunbringer. I don't think we can exactly tell him how grand his rule was in a single lesson. Maybe it'd be best if he just discovered it on mission, as like a little puzzle piece, so that it doesn't overwhelm him.
I'm the bone guy.
I think it might be important. And so they go, you were, Warfare steps up and goes, you were a great king. And may you discover your exploits on mission. That's exactly right. Mission. We have a mission for you. You and your new troop will be going on the mission, but we need to get you all in the briefing room. And also, by the way, this Alistair told us to give this to you. Warfare takes out this big book. This is the Book of Penance. Every act or transgression between two entities is listed within. You may go through it and list which ones you believe were justified and which weren't. And as such, you will shape your domain. And you will have your domain and be able to shape it to your will and want.
Upon opening it, you will be transported there. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Open it. That's not opening your domain. That's turning off your camera. You're back.
Sorry.
It's all right. What did you do? What did you do? Was that
Just for context, my family's visiting my house and they have COVID and I don't, and my mom knocked on my door and brought me apples. It's really loud, so I'm like, what the?
Mother.exe.
Amazing person.
Mother fan.
That's really funny.
Sorry.
That-
Can we roll that back again?
I love your mother.
I want
What
apples.
a good person.
I want some appy slices.
With
Does the-
peanut butter on them. Of course I fucking want peanut butter on them.
What?
Does the man want his appy slices? And he do want his appy slices. That's so funny. Okay, run it back. Wrong page of the book, I guess. They hand
That's
you
the index, Godfrey.
that's the
Oh.
Godfrey. That's the index. Open to page 2. And so you open the book. What does Godfrey think penance is?
Godfrey thinks penance is not black and white. There's a range.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness comes in many forms and is very subject to the person who was wronged and is giving forgiveness. And therefore, it is a matter of choice, not only, but also a matter of acceptance in oneself. Because penance, the definition is punishing oneself in order to find forgiveness. So while it is the choice of someone else, it is also the choice of the other person to forgive themselves. So when the domain opens up, basically he opens the book and like the pages flitter, and what opens up before him is this vast landscape that's very opposite. If any of you have played Elden Ring, one end is Lingrave, the other Caelid.
Literally never heard of that game.
Great.
One is fucking Hellscape, and the other, it's pretty chill.
One is a lovely
in the-
beachfront property, and then the other is Florida. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. And in the very middle, there's basically this massive scale made out of bones and stuff, one on each side, basically. And it's literally the size of like a 10-story building, and each thing has like this massive scale in it where the forgiveness and sins of people are weighed. And underneath that is like a plastic lawn chair where Godfrey sits and waits to judge people.
Excellent. Plastic lawn chair. Excellent.
Yeah, and like right in the middle, again, that's the line between Florida and Caelid. Sorry, Caelid and Limgrave. Not Florida.
No, Florida.
Florida is Caelid.
As warfare, the triumvirate of war steps inside and goes, well, seems as though you have a good grasp. And we get to the next. We get to A's. A's, you make your way to what looks like a shack. And there's a sign up front that says Fate. Do you walk inside?
Yes, kind of with a little trepidation, a little
Mhm.
curiosity.
You make your way inside. And as you step in, the room, it feels like it's dark, but it feels like it's still illuminated by moonlight. You know, that sort of like subtle light that like glosses over things. And as you peer around, you're definitely no longer in a shack. You're in an open field with nothing but stars above you and a clean slate across your vision. It's deathly quiet. And then, for a moment, it seems like a voice speaks out to you. It reaches deep within your mind. Ace, is that you?
God.
Okay. Oh, my bad.
Oh.
Apologies. Is that you?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it was very serene.
The sereneness folds away almost entirely, almost like a pop-up book closing. And before you're once again inside the shack. But it's not a shack. It's like a lodge cabin in the woods. And there's a warm fireplace. Sorry about that smoke and mirrors. And there is a nondescript fellow, deathly, like quite thin individual. Very androgynous looking features. They look towards you. They've got like this almost like starry, like cosmic hair that looks kind of like a cloud. And just the kindest blue eyes. Oh. Ace, take a seat. It's so nice to see you. I'm Fate. I watch the movings of the universe to try and figure out what's gonna happen next.
Right. I'm Ace, but you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want your cards back?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
They reach out their hand, they quickly shuffle them, like they shuffle them in like a billion different ways, and then they put them back into like a shirt pocket. So, you're the only person who's actually seen me. Don't tell anyone.
Of course not.
I just figured, it would be a little weird if, we're going to be working together a lot now, and I think it'd be very strange if all you spoke to was a nebulous voice. But
I appreciate that.
little information about why a god of time is necessary for us. We are omniscient and omnipotent and eternal and infinite and all those big words that mean many things. But as we are, there's a little weird thing that happens. Time begins to lose its meaning. It begins to almost mean nothing. Who cares if it's today or tomorrow? I'm infinite, right? There's no less or more than infinite. There simply is infinite. So gods have lost track of when things happened, and as a result, I have been unable to know when things are going to happen. You are going to be the centerpiece of this whole thing, essentially. The plan,
Okay.
the grand plan, the plan that Alistair doesn't shut up about. But we have a plan, and it's going to be very necessary. And you're going to help me figure out when we need to enact this plan, because currently we have no idea.
Okay.
And to do that, Fate reaches underneath their big cushy couch, and they pull out a big book. This is the Book of Time. Every major event, any event you could ever wonder about, is in this book. At the very least, when they have happened thus far. Once you open this book, you will establish your divine domain, and thusly time will be established. And you can shape your domain however you please, and control it however you wish, and shape it to your desires, and all that. You just seem to always have this natural ability to be wherever you are needed. And whenever you are needed, more specifically. So, in case you're wondering why I chose you, that's why.
Yeah, yes, no, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the gravity of everything is starting to hit.
Of course. Do you want, like, hot chocolate or something? I've got, like...
I would love hot chocolate.
Okay, I'll get hot chocolate.
I was really hoping when I saw the fire, it was a very cozy atmosphere.
Oh, sure, take a seat. When you're
Yeah.
pondering the universe, you best get comfy, after all. Fate gets up and begins pouring you this hot chocolate with gigantic marshmallows.
So if I'm the god of time, that divine contract, it seems infinite?
It is.
Is it infinite?
Yes,
Oh.
it is.
Would I be able to read it?
Oh. That's the funny thing, isn't it? No one can read the divine contract. Only Alistair can... Well, everyone can read it, but no one knows how to use it. It's infinite. How do you find what you need from an infinite contract that is infinitely big? Where do you start? The beginning? You'll never reach the end.
But if I'm the god of time, I define what beginning and end is.
Well,
eventually.
you define when beginning and end is, not what it is. Ostensibly, Alistair started the contract, and ostensibly, Alistair finished the contract, but you can't contain infinity. It's gonna be a difficult time. But that's not to say you won't ever be able to manage, after all. You are the god of time. You might not just be the most powerful god of time yet. All of the new mortal gods, you start out with a power level less than the rest of us. Comes with being mortal. You are smaller but useful, in a way. But as a result, your powers and control over your domains are limited.
Well, I've got nothing but time, so.
Frankly,
One day.
yes. Would you like to open your domain and take a look around?
Yeah, take another sip of the hot chocolate with the giant marshmallow. I like to think they're like those homemade marshmallows that like melt immediately, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to begin. I'm going to open my book, look at my domain.
You open it up. You immediately look inside. And as you open it, both you and Fate are flashed to this new space. What does Fate look? What is the domain of time look like?
I think it is like the area immediately around is sort of barren.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like, you ever watch those like time lapses of like over days where the sun moves and the moon moves and it kind of goes quickly.
Mhm.
I feel like that's what the atmosphere around looks like, except until you like actually fixate on it, and then it snaps into one state, sort of like a superpositional situation.
Mhm.
And likewise, the entire area is just dunes of sand, and there's nothing there until you focus on it or until you touch it, and then things begin to form. And it's sort of like, just anytime you aren't really looking at it, time passes. You know, it's like evolution. You have, you know, plants growing and dying and building, like all of these things cycling over and over. And it's just whenever you fixate on it, that's what is the present, and that's what materializes.
Mhm. And Fate takes a look around. Well, we're gonna get along smoothly. I should let you know, you were fated to go on a mission, and until this very moment, I didn't know when it was. Turns out it's in about 15 minutes. So, this is wild. You watch as Fate just takes a sit down and begins to slowly unravel what now means. We're gonna shift the camera one last time as you take in time to Viary. We never let you open your book. As you turn to as you're about to open the first page, a note falls out of it.
I
Mm-hmm.
open it up.
As you open it, it says, "To gods of lies and those who would come after me. Hello. I used to own this book. I am the former god of lies, if you are reading this. The best lies are kept secret from all gods. Make your domain a secret. Signed, the god of lies."
Al,
Hmm?
I think I'm just gonna wait to make the domain. We have a mission. I think we should just head out, right?
Deception check.
Okay.
I'm rolling insight.
This is hard. 20. Can I choose to succeed? Do we have our things yet?
I was about to explain them when you went on mission.
Oh.
You don't know you have that yet, but
Okay.
you don't know the result of this. Al
Okay,
goes,
okay.
just a deep sigh. Fine. Let's get the rest of the troops. We're about to send you on mission after all. We'll let Feda know where you are, but you're on a different planet this time.
A different planet?
Mm-hmm. Do you know what planets are?
No?
Oh.
You usually just teleport me to places.
Oh, you're on gigantic circles that are spherical.
That is wild.
Isn't it amazing?
Are you pulling my leg? Are you lying to me right
I'm
now?
not. I'll show it to you. We'll get there. And so you all begin making your way to the to the domain of war. Fate shimmies you, gives you one last cup of hot cocoa, A's, and before ushering you out as you're about to be late for your meeting. That would be.
I would never.
Never. And Godfrey's already there. Warfare stands before you and goes, "All right. So we've deemed this mission entirely necessary, but there is a planet with a good number of worshippers of the domain of order and many
Question,
many
sir.
gods." Yes, sir.
What's a planet?
All right. He closes his book, puts it down, grabs another one, and just sort of claps his hands, and a giant the space goes blank, and you guys see what looks to be a planet, what we would know as a planet, but you guys see a gigantic spinning orb of terrain. That's a planet.
All right.
Zoom in.
Cool.
So cool.
Zoom in.
Have you never looked at the sky?
As you guys zoom in, these are people. They live on planets.
All right. Okay. That
On
feels a little
planets.
condescending.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Zoom back. This is your planet.
Telescopes exist. Like measurement. We should know this.
Zoom in. This is your planet.
We should know this? Who taught us this?
We know that we live on a giant sphere you can measure
Speak
these
for
things.
yourself.
Alistair gave me my entire education, and he never brought this up. So,
What?
Didn't
yeah.
you were a debt collector? I didn't see a reason why you'd need to know what a planet is.
I also didn't see a reason why I needed to. It's not a complaint. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
It didn't come
like,
up.
You can't fly. Wait, you can fly.
Yeah, I can fly.
Ace is the only one who went to college. Amazing.
This is your planet. This is where you guys lived.
Mhm.
Godfrey, that's your crypt.
Whoa.
Ace,
So cool.
that's your house. Do you have a house? I don't know. This one was under your name, so we just decided it was yours. Is that?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have a house.
That's your house.
It's very big, nice estate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Viary, there's nothing really of permanence that we can associate with you.
Yeah, like, look, honestly, fair. Al just sort of got me to do stuff, so.
He zooms back. And so, back into the war room. Those are planets. Congratulations. Consider yourselves educated.
Yes,
But
sir.
we're gonna send you
Thank
to
that
a
was very
planet.
informative.
There's a bit of an issue with this planet. It's actually a giant egg, and it's currently about to hatch. Well, it will hatch unless you kill the thing that's going to crack the Earth open. This is a thunder demon. And you guys see what looks to be like this mass of muscle. It is a four-legged, blue, clad in lightning beast. Long fangs tearing out the sides. It almost seems to be biting down on lightning that is wisping like flames from its mouth.
That does look like a problem that needs to be solved.
If it cracks the Earth, it will unleash the demon that is inside the planet, and it would potentially mean a cataclysm for several galaxies wide. So we're gonna try and prevent that from happening.
Where's our landing point? Inside the egg?
No, on the planet's surface. We're gonna drop you right into combat. You just need to slay this thing as fast as possible.
Do you know it's like AC, any known resistances? Can you give me some combat information maybe?
It's resistant to lightning, it's resistant to thunder, its AC is 20. I will not be repeating myself, so you better be writing this down before I decide I'm done giving you information.
This is a question for the
Alright.
DM.
Yes.
Got it.
Are we still in our base forms, or can we change?
You can change your forms.
Sick.
It's worth mentioning at this time, your aspects can be changed at this point. If you feel that an aspect of yourself would be better presented for this mission, please feel free to choose so now. Additionally, as you are gods, we should outline your godly abilities. You are gods, and thusly have special techniques. Ace, you are the god of time.
Your abilities are, as I take out my smartphone. You have 3 abilities. You have a number of time points equal to half your proficiency rounded down, which can be spent on the following. Each ability costs 1 time point. All points are recovered on a long rest. Mulligan. Should a turn go particularly badly, or the dice not work in your favor, you may retake your turn. As a reaction, upon ending your turn, you may activate Mulligan. All effects of your previous turn are undone, as well as any resources spent, damage given or taken, etc. It is now immediately your turn again. Double Up. Accelerate time, but just for yourself. Activate Double Up upon ending your turn as a reaction. Allow your body to move so fast you get in a whole extra turn as if it were your reaction. Upon ending Double Up, your reaction is spent. And the Present. As a reaction, upon a creature starting its turn within 30 feet, choose this target. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw, DC set by your highest spell save. Upon failing, the creature immediately ends its turn, doing nothing. If it succeeds, it takes 1 point of exhaustion and 5d10 force damage. Viary. Your ability works a little differently than the rest. Once per day, you can succeed on any lie of your choice. Additionally, every time you successfully tell a lie, your spell save DC increases by 1 to a maximum of 5, of +5 bonus. This benefit is reset on a long rest. Should you find a way to not need long rests anymore, it is reset every 24 hours.
Ow.
What? It's balanced.
It just would have been funny to keep, like, it going and something.
That would have been very funny, I bet.
Right. Does it apply to my simulacrum? Oh, I haven't got... And I'm gonna wish cast sim.
As you wish, cast Simulacrum.
Hey, Sim. How's it going?
Oh, I'm crisp.
Here's an extra component pouch. I think we're about to go on a mission. Oh, by the way, we're gods now. Yeah, I know. It's really cool.
Fucking awesome.
I know.
I'm trying to find where I wrote your abilities, Godfrey.
I have them written down.
Why don't you speak them to the class?
Should I speak it as warfare or like what?
Speak it as Godfrey.
All right, so I already know what I can do because I'm awesome. So here's what I got. So I have legal points because this is a bureaucracy, and that's equal to my proficiency bonus, which is a +6. So I have 6 legal points. I like to call them murder points, but I have multiple things I can do with them. If I expend 1 point, I can use probation. Probation. Target creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and on allies, disadvantage on saving throws caused by allies, and at the end of the turn, the creature may make a saving throw against a spell save DC, which is 18 for me. If I use this on an ally, they get advantage on attack rolls and all saving throws. Basically, each point I have can go towards either doing something bad or doing something good. That's how it is. For 2 points, I have Find. Choose a creature in range. Target must expend a spell slot or equivalent spell equal to 5 levels. Heals, and those heals self or allies of 5d8 points of health if no spell slot is available. Enemy creature must expend half of their hit die to heal allies or myself. So basically, I can make people roll dice. That makes us feel better. Awesome. For 3 points, I have Imprisonment, Rehab, and Death. Imprisonment. As a bonus action, target creature in range. Then as a reaction... Then as a reaction, give any condition to target for 1 turn. So basically, it's a two-step thing. 1, I have to target someone with my bonus action. 2, as a reaction, I can give them any condition that includes paralyzed, stun, poison, stuff like that. Rehab, I can end all conditions on a target creature. That's usually when we use on allies. So if like someone has like 5 points of exhaustion, I can be like, not anymore. Death, target creature rolls all their hit die. Subtract that number rolled from the target's HP. So that's a fun one.
I will be posting these in my Discord. If you want to get to the Discord, link in the description. I found the page where I wrote down your abilities. Also, chat just said you sounded artificially sped up, Danny, which I think is correct as your editor.
That is the ADHD.
Damn, you got 80 of them?
I don't know what HD is, but the doctor said I got 80 of them.
Either way.
Well, with that being said,
And where's Gray? Gray's doing a fun event right now. I don't actually know the details. They're DMing for some important people. They're being a dungeon master, but they will be back next week. And so, with that being said, Warfare says, you gotta kill the Thunder Demon, ensure it doesn't split the earth. Good luck. Any other
Thanks,
questions?
Warfare.
Oh, by the way, grab these magic items.
Oh, thanks.
Now you guys have your
I
magic
guess.
items.
Are we attuned
Yes.
already? Awesome. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. You
Good
may
to
check out
know.
different magic items as you deem necessary.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you'd like to do before you prepare?
Are we going to be dropped directly into combat?
We're going to be rolling initiative.
Okay, I would like to
So-
preemptively cast Spirit Shroud
Question.
on myself
when
and
you say
Simulacrum.
when you say dropped into combat, do you mean we're actually gonna get dropped, or we're just gonna appear in combat?
How would you like that to occur? We can change.
Well, that depends on which aspect I choose, because I have some fun stuff. If I get dropped,
You can.
I can Rods of God this, guys.
Can't Rods of God it. You can.
I want to Rods of God
We
this.
can't Rods of God it. We can drop you on top of the enemy, and you have a thing which allows you to not take falling damage.
Whoa. Actually, no, I can fly. Never mind.
You always think everyone's more broken than you, and then you remember your character second.
That's not fair. Wait.
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
Hey,
I
you gonna
can-
be okay if we get dropped in?
You guys can choose. Would you like to be dropped in the air? You can position like yourselves or as you please.
I want to
Okay,
order. Do we want to orbital airstrike, guys? It'd be
I
funny.
would like to start on the ground if you want to do an airstrike.
Fine, we'll start on
What?
the ground.
You can air. Can I like just?
No, we're a team. We're a team.
You
We
can
go
air-
together there.
We
Yeah.
can you can airstrike. That's an option for you.
Let's do an airstrike, guys.
Yeah,
I
let's
feel like
do an
it's gonna be
airstrike.
real cool.
But, like-
I don't know how I'm gonna not. Hold
Like-
on.
Like
No, you know what? I'm not gonna airstrike. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
We can
Okay.
airstrike.
Okay.
I'll be
You
fine.
sure?
No airstrike. I'm like that would be funny. but no.
A's. You can start on the ground, and Viary can start on the ground, and then we can airstrike just Godfrey. We can like put you guys
love
as.
that. Is the thing.
I would like to just preemptively, because it's a bonus action, activate my flight ability.
Okay.
just so that
Yeah.
it's like there if I want it. But I'll appear with A's.
Yeah. Can
Um,
we preemptively cast spells and before combat or no?
Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Ideally within like 10 feet ish of whatever this monster is.
A's, you
Yeah.
said it sounded like you were gonna say something.
I don't remember what that was.
Oh, okay.
I do want to cast Spirit Shroud and get my Blade Song going.
All right. So 2 turns. Okay. Anything you would like to do, Godfrey?
Yeah, cast Shadow Blade at 5th level, so I have a 4d8 weapon.
Okay.
I'll also cast Spirit Shroud at.
You
should I
can't
say
ca-
5th or 6th level?
Can't cast those two at the same time. They're both concentration.
Is Shadow Blade concentration?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I'll just stick with Shadow Blade.
Oh.
Mhm.
I'm also just gonna get my Echo. There's now 4 of us, as there's me, my Simulacrum, and both of our Echoes.
All right. Well, as this happens. All right. So how's this exactly happening? So A's and Viary on the ground.
I'm so sorry. I'm also going to bonus action Blade Sing and Mage Armor. So.
I'll
Oh
just,
yeah, Mage Armor as well.
if I'm being entirely honest, I'm just gonna assume those are up. Just make sure you spend the
Okay.
spell slot every day. Like you don't need to
Yes,
tell me
okay.
about those ones.
Gotcha.
But all right. So the strategy, just so I'm aware of how this is all playing out, so I can get this theater of the mind going for myself. A's and Viary on the ground.
I'm on the ground too. I'm on the
You're
ground.
on the ground too. Okay. A's and Viary, the whole squad on the ground. How far away would you like to be positioned?
10 feet.
10 feet? Any objections? All right. 10 feet. And with
Let's
that,
go.
Warfare pulls out a contract. His contracts look to be made out of grid paper. He quickly writes he quickly writes your positions in a grid. And then signs it at the bottom. Good luck, soldiers. And so, the music shifts.
Amazing.
Doom music plays.
Yeah.
Roll initiative. You guys look before you.
I want to roll low. I need time to think. Okay, thank God.
That's gonna be a 7.
Ah, you weren't supposed to roll low too.
I
Oh, guys, this is look good for us. I got a 10.
Oh God!
see. I see.
I
We're off
rolled
to
an
a great
11, but
start.
that was intentional.
Woo, guys. Okay.
Amazing.
It's a good thing
We're-
we're so
We're
far
gonna
away
get.
from them.
We got. Yeah. Dropped in
Okay.
right in front of it. We're just gonna get stomped.
What did Godfrey get?
10.
Okay, I rolled a 12.
great.
I rolled a 2 plus 10 equals 12. So we all rolled low, apparently.
Does
Uh,
it need a plus 10? Yeah,
you're
but you
still going
went
first.
You're still going first.
Oh, is that cool? So
That's adorable.
It's not like this thing would have lair actions as well.
yeah. So who rolled highest?
Me. I rolled an 11. That was highest.
Okay. Okay, I've turned up the music a bit. 11. Okay. Just gonna write a random number of A's. Who was next?
Me
Godfrey.
with 10.
Godfrey? I turned up the music, chat. Let me know how it is. And then it was Viary.
Yes. 7.
All right. You guys appear, and you look at the Thunder Beast. The Thunder Demon looks like a problem. It's about 50 feet large. It's so profoundly loud. It is just screaming at the top of its lungs, high-pitched shrieks that are resonating with its body to produce these low thrums. The ground that you're walking on shakes, and it's technically difficult terrain. It is just pounding away at the earth, every strike rupturing, dust splaying everywhere, and thus, lair action. It takes one of its fists. It begins to charge up this force of power. It slams it into the earth, and then a second later, like a percussive blast, like a shotgun being fired, boom! I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws, please.
I feel personally attacked
I'm gonna
by
stop
that.
rolling this dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a 6.
I'm gonna stop rolling digital dice. I'm gonna start
I have a
rolling
plus
ones.
9, so that brings me
but
up
my-
to 10.
My simulacrum got a 22.
Okay.
In fact- Yeah.
We're doing great, guys. We're doing awesome. This is
In fact,
amazing.
it got a natural 20, but it doesn't apply. But with the plus 2, so like.
Yeah, I got that natural 1 with a plus 9, so we're
Oh,
we're
amazing.
good.
Okay.
I'm so good at Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Everything's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
We're doing great.
Why are you rolling dice?
Damage.
Yep.
Brace for impact.
$57 thunder damage. DC 21. So your sim makes the save. 57 thunder damage as this rupture occurs. Additionally, I need you to roll your concentration saves at disadvantage for this instance of damage.
That feels a little targeted, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's the concentration save again, Con?
So a concentration saving throw is for maintaining concentration. It equals half of the damage you just received.
Cool.
Okay, so it's at 57 divided by 2.
Does Sim take any damage?
Sim takes no damage.
No damage. Okay. So that's gonna be like a 22.
So
32.
you make that save on the 57.
Hell yeah. 20 and 18, baby.
So the DC
Seriously?
Yeah, with disadvantage with 2019.
Yeah. So the DC
I
for
got-
this is 28.5 is the DC for this if you took full.
So I got a 19 plus 3, 13. So that's gonna be a
19
that's
plus
gonna be
That's enough.
yeah, that's
that
enough.
32.
There
You
goes
made-
my spirit
Oh,
shroud.
32 20s.
But
Nice.
Sim's still got theirs up.
Nice. It's now time for the Thunder Beast's turn. Thunder Beast is gonna look at you guys, and for a moment it's quiet as it locks eyes. And then it just starts sprinting all fours, 10 feet before it just punches a Godfrey square in the face, or at least a.
Ow! Okay, I want to emphasize that Godfrey's no longer in plate armor. Godfrey, and in his divine domain, basically melted his armor away from his body, and is now a jingling jester. He's got bells hanging off of everything. He's got like this like little tube, like the jester hat thing going on. He's got this like shawl on with like once have been a cape that's all like dirty and muddy and just covered in dried blood. He's like, I don't know where this is from, but it's drip.
Well, let me tell you these attack rolls. So we got a 22 to hit.
22. That breaks the AC.
35.
That hits.
30.
That hits.
All right. So you're going to be taking a grand total of 9d10 plus 18. Plus 27, I mean. Oh, I'm rolling high. 19, 21.
POV. I die.
21. 17. God, I rolled above that. Godfrey.
Doing great, guys. Doing great.
Godfrey.
That's my name.
You take a grand total of 116 damage. Thunder damage. And keep track of this. 3 stacks. You have 3
What
stacks.
if I don't want to?
Well, I'm gonna keep track of it anyway.
You told me before this game that you were not using that mechanic.
Wasn't using that mechanic where you take stacks on movement.
I believed you.
We've all been there,
I
where we
believed
trust
you.
someone, and then it turns out it was just a bold-faced lie.
It was a bad faith truth, I'll have you know.
Oh, I see. Wow.
Well, it is
Well,
now
guys, I'm at 19 hit points, so
good. A's, your turn.
Ah! Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to manifest my echo, to make my echo thing.
All right.
And then I'm going to attack, and then action surge attack again.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll all 4 of those at once.
Would you like to activate your Echo Knight ability, in which you can attack an extra time on each of your actions for 1 use of it?
That is exactly what I was going to do. So that's 2 extra attacks, yeah?
Yeah, so 6 attacks total, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's not good enough. Oh, some of those are better than others. Okay. Let's see. Plus 14, the AC is 20.
Yes.
That's a miss. Hit. So that's 5 hits.
Nice.
I'm just gonna, I gotta roll digital dice.
Sounds good.
And then,
2 of those are booming blades, right? Because you're a blade singer?
God. Okay, so that's, what is that? Oh, okay, hold on. I take a breath and do the math. I don't usually hit this much. So
Do you want
that's,
me to calculate it?
yeah, I'm just gonna say things if you want to start adding it up.
Yeah.
So as far as d8s, that's 5 d8 for the regular rapier damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Spirit Shroud at 7th level, so that's an extra 3d8 per hit.
Yes, so that's 15 extra d8s.
So that's 15 extra d8s. And then that's a plus 50 for just the modifier to my rapier, I believe.
Plus 15, remember, because you have Song of Victory per hit. Because you had to add
Okay, so
yeah.
that's 15 times 5, which is 75? So it's a plus 75.
2 of those hits are Booming Blade.
2 of those hits are Booming Blade. I'm trying to find, what's the Booming Blade?
An extra 3d8.
Okay, so that's an extra 68.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that's everything.
All right. I have 26d8 plus 75 as your damage.
I think that, Brooke, is that add up with what you got?
Oh, I was just gonna add up the damage once you were
Oh, okay, so I'll
I-
just roll 2068.
Yeah, roll 2068, add 75.
Okay, roll.
I
20.
did not. I was. Yep. Sorry.
Oh, you know, you're good. Okay, so that's 122 plus 75 is what, 197?
yes.
197?
Yeah, how's it looking?
As in, how's the creature looking?
Yeah.
1 sec, just quickly doing some...
Oh, it had 114 left. No, that's my health. Never mind. LOL.
Okay. Just doing some quick calculations.
Oh, yeah, sure. Take your time.
Godfrey died session 1 POV.
So those strikes, boom, 5 hits. Those 5 hits, you slice, you dice. You chop this thing down by almost exactly half. What does this series of blows look like?
So A's actually has a single rapier that they use to fight.
Yeah?
And I like to think that I am just, it's so big that I'm like stabbing and I kind of jump up into it and I am just slicing my way up and down this monster, like halfway up, halfway down as I land back on the ground.
Nice.
And it's very much like with a little, and then I do like a cute little flourish.
Okay. Very, almost in anime fashion, just lots of delicate strikes and these whoosh, grand cuts place themselves across its body. Excellent. Next, Godfrey, your turn.
It's my time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I'll just describe this first. So, Godfrey Shadowblade. Shadowblade can look at whatever you want for flavor. Godfrey Shadowblade takes the form of a massive scythe. The handle is probably about 6 feet long, with a head that's probably another like 4 or 5 feet long. This thing, huge. And you see this like smoke steaming out of his skull, very like, you know, like the pictures that are like with like the skeleton biker gangs, you know, like that, very much like that. With like, and you see it's like this black shadow and ash flowing out into his hand. It goes like, that kind of hurt. I'm not gonna lie. So, as penance would have it, I will return the favor in kind, double. So, you see Godfrey anime flash behind it in the air. Not actually, just for flavor. And so Godfrey is first going to attack it with his first action, which is going to be just a regular attack.
Okay. Roll
So
to
I'll
hit.
Roll to hit on that. I'm gonna take a picture of this. That's what we like to call a nat 20.
Hey yo!
Hey, yo.
So, okay. So that's a nat 20. So I double my damage. So first off, I have to roll my damage for my motherfucking Shadow Blade, which is 4d8, 4d8 force damage. No, psychic damage. My bad. But double that to 8d8. So. So that is going to be 27 damage.
Crisp.
And then I'm also going to Divine Smite on top of that. And that's going to be... No, I have to roll... What, does this apply the extra d8 because it's a weapon attack? Or does it have to be a... Okay, so I get to roll an extra d8 on top of my Shadow Blade. Another 2 technically, actually. So that's going to be 6 and 7. So we have 6 and 7 damage. And then now I'm going to roll 10 d8 for my Divine Smite. That's radiant damage, and that's gonna be 40. And now I'm gonna make my second attack, which is gonna be my booming blade.
Nice.
This is great, guys.
That was 80 total damage on that first hit.
So that second one is gonna be 27.
27, that hits.
Okay. That's gonna be for booming blade. That is gonna be 9 thunder damage, which he has resistance to. But then I also have my 4d8 psychic damage. That is going to be 8, and then 5d8 radiant damage.
Okay. How much total?
24 radiant damage, and I'll action surge.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm having such a fun time, guys. All right, let's do this 2 more times. So again, regular attack first off.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only going to be a 19.
Only a 19?
Mm-hmm.
That misses. Next one.
Okay. Second attack, booming blade.
Mhm.
22.
22 hits. Roll that damage.
This is booming blade. Again, he'll has resistance to thunder damage, so that'll be half of 14, so only 7. 4d8 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
16. And then another 5. Do I have enough spell slots? I have 1 more, so I have another 5d8 radiant.
Okay.
Nope, I have to roll an extra 2 on top of that as well. My bad, I didn't do that for that. No, I have to only roll 1, so that's 22 radiant plus 1 more, and that's going to be another 6.
All right. It's going to be... How does this look? What does this look like? Give me a description of this turn. You haven't killed it, but give me a description. You did a shitload of damage.
So like Godfrey takes like a step back and winds up, and then like anime flashes right in front of its face. And again, he said double, so he's gonna have to try and double all that. I don't think he did, but he's sure as hell gonna try.
Mm-hmm.
So this shadow blade, it's like you hear like the bells, like you know the anime jingle, like the ding that they all use in like every single anime.
Oh yeah.
You hear that as this flash of darkness appears in front of his face. As you see, Godfrey is partially on fire now, screaming, just this hurts. As he starts to just, like the only way I could describe it is like the waterfowl dance Melania has. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like
There's
just
a
like
flurry of
white...
slashes.
as he's coming at his face, and like every so often you hear like a slight boom, boom, boom from the thunder damage, but
Excellent.
it doesn't really affect it. And he'll land like on the ground where he was. So technically, he didn't move.
Mm-hmm. So just a series of slashes dance across this fight.
He's also on fire right now.
Mm-hmm. This thing is almost completely eviscerated. But Danny, because you struck it with a melee attack on your turn, I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
I'm good at these. I'm gonna take another picture of this. That's another nat 20 with 36 total.
All right. All stacks are rolled. But you take half. You take half of 7, so 3.
Damage?
3 damage.
I don't like this. This doesn't feel right.
That's it. That's just how it works.
This doesn't feel right, guys. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I don't like this.
No, you're gonna get damaged later. It's a secret damage.
Exactly.
It's not secret damage this time.
Chat, something's fucky here. Something's real
I don't
fucky.
trust this.
Anyway.
Only 3?
Are
you sure?
Legendary action. It's going to notice
go.
that it's gonna notice that you two are both veritable beasts, and that hurt a fuckload. But frankly, A's did a bit touch more, so it's gonna look at A's, and it's gonna open up its maw, and this lightning cannon beam is just gonna attempt to strike you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
12.
I'm gonna roll 4 d20s.
It's cool. I didn't want to succeed on the saving throw anyway.
I see. Why am I rolling high? 22.
Can I do
Maybe
anything?
because you're
I'm
rolling
gonna
on
do something.
D20s.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something, guys.
The average is 40.
I'm gonna I'm gonna point at this creature, at the Thunder Demon in front of me, with my free action, and go, "All those in favor of putting this fucker on probation, say aye."
I
You now have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay. He's on probation. Aze, you take 61 lightning damage.
Heal.
It is at this time I'd like to remind you about absorb elements.
Yeah, I was about to say. Does that work on lightning?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I like to use absorb element. Hold on, let me pull up the thing because I gotta do the thing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm just gonna cast it at like. I have an 8th level slot. I'll cast it at 8th level. I don't want any of that damage.
8th level does not make it any more resistant. Casting it at first is just as effective at reducing damage as at first.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
So how absorb elements works is it gives you resistance to the damage type that
Oh,
triggered
got
the
it.
ability.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was casting it first. Yeah.
Okay. So you take 61 lightning damage, rounded down to 30.
A cool, manageable 30. We love that for us.
Mm-hmm. Make a concentration saving throw, DC 15, on your current effects.
That's 12 plus. Oh wait, sorry. No, I did that wrong. I roll an advantage. I'm supposed to add 5, not roll an advantage.
No problem.
Okay, that's 8 plus 9 is 17 plus 5. We're good.
Excellent. Now, Viary, your turn.
Okay. This is the only thing in the room. This is the only thing we
This
have to
is
worry
it.
about.
You're in an empty field. The earth
Amazing.
is cracked before you. What do you do?
All right. First of all, I'm going to start with Sim. Sim is going to cast Heal on Godfrey, so you gain 70 hit points. Then Metamagic Adept spend 2 sorcery points to make that the bonus action. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spirit Shroud at 5th level, and then both of us are going to Action Surge, Eldritch Blast. So that's going to be 12 attack rolls to
Oh, I have the
hit,
illusionist bracers. I forgot. I'm
each
dumb.
with
It's okay.
each
I've done
with.
more damage.
I mean, were you using?
Yeah, Blooming Blade's a cantrip.
Ah, yeah.
I need to remember these things. Thanks for reminding me.
Okay. So the first one is a 30. The next one is wait,
Hit.
sorry. What's the minimum I need to roll to hit? So the AC is 20. So
AC
the minimum
is
I
20.
need is 7.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3 of those miss. Everything else is going to hit, which means that of the 12, there's 9. So that's going to be 9 d10s. And then
5th level Spirit Shroud, 9d10s,
yeah,
18
that's
d8.
18 d8.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna add some. Okay.
Everyone
roll
say hi,
that.
say hi to Gray in the chat, everybody.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Just jump in the call, maybe. That'd be fun. Maybe
Yeah.
fun for
Plus
fresh.
45.
Ah, they're
Okay.
busy.
Cool. So that's gonna be 175. Oh wait, sorry. Plus 6 from Genie Warlock. So
Of
that's
course.
187. So basically, Al has dropped me into combat a few times before. It just kind of like I just kind of expected at this point, and there's like an order of operations. Godfrey is currently like not doing too crash hot, so Sim's gonna like go, oh, I was gonna use that. I'm talking about the bonus action. And is going to Minor Wish cast Heal to get you in a less dire situation. And then both of us are just gonna like tag team, high five, Spirit Shroud, get back up, and then just like throw out 12 or so just blasts of light. Most of them just like hit this thing and then turn into like paper and ink as they sort of like shatter on impact into like little contracts that Al's flavored. And just, yeah.
And would you say that this is how you kill the monster?
It might be how we kill the monster. Would you say that it's how we kill the monster?
Considering it's at a negative 167 hit points, I would say so.
That's
We did good, guys.
honestly
We did
fair.
good.
I was gonna ask you how do you want to do this, but then you had this roll going. I didn't want to stop it. But yes.
I know that you let us describe our first thing.
Yeah. Well, you did good because Viary blasts it like an ink spraying Gatling gun, eviscerates the remainder of this beast that was eviscerated. Chunks flying off, turning into contracts, all of which read "fuck you" on them, and this beast is reduced. Just first the chunks that A's sliced off, then the parts of it that were blown off and sliced in twain, and sliced in half by the massive scythe, and then the remainder that was eviscerated and reduced to ash and paper.
Oh, normally that does more damage. That's a little disappointing.
As the
How you
burning
feeling, Godfrey?
corpse.
I feel so much better.
I'm glad.
As the corpse
Cleaning my
burns,
sword.
Alistair appears. Oh, you did good. Nice. That didn't even take 6 seconds.
Yeah, that was. I mean, at least the planet, that's what they're called, right?
Yes, planets.
Yeah, okay. The planet's not gonna die now?
Oh, shit. Yes.
Yes?
Sorry.
It is gonna die?
No,
Yes,
sorry.
it's okay.
Sorry, no, I was messing around with
Are you trying to lie to me, Alistair?
I was
You're not
messing
very
around
good
with a
at
thing
that.
called an overlay. You don't know what it is. It's breaking the fourth wall. Anyway, I nearly fucked it up, but it's all good now. But yes, you prevented it from cracking the earth. Did a lot of good. My goodness, this thing is eviscerated. This thing is abysmal. These are your slashes, right, Ace?
Oh, yes.
Fine work. And, oh, that is
Precisely.
clearly the work of Godfrey.
I'm gonna take its bones.
Okay.
You see Godfrey just like climbing into the corpse and just like trying to drag
Oh.
out these massive bones.
And of
I'm
course-
adding them to my scales!
Okay. Alistair picks up the contracts to say fuck you, and he just goes, oh, this is why you wanted a lease of my paper?
Yeah. I just thought it would be like a really nifty little touch. My penmanship's improving, don't you think?
It is. Yeah, I'm honestly uncomfortable with how well you forged my work. Anyway,
Thanks.
it's time for you all to get back. I think there might be someone you'd like to meet. We found Fada. And with that, we're gonna end today's session. Because we are at
I really fully thought that you were going to bring Patrick into the call.
No. I probably could, but it would mess up the overlay for a few seconds, so I'm not gonna do that now.
That is fair.
Unless
Fair.
Pat's Pat ain't messaging me. But anyway, that is the end of the first session of Paperwork Pantheon. Thank you all so much for watching. We had like 70, 80 of you in here for periods of time, 60 of you usually. But thank you so much for watching the first session. I have been your Dungeon Master, Offbeat Outlaw. Yeah, this is gonna be a weekly series every Friday. Please be sure to check in on us at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to watch all of my videos every single time, although I'm probably preaching to the choir if you're watching the stream. Pass it around to the rest of the stream. Be sure to say your name where people can find you, and anything that you'd like to plug right now. We'll start with Amelia.
Hi, my name is Amelia Som. You can find me most places at Amelia Som or by going to links.ameliasom.com. I'm in the podcast Guild Fellows. If you want to see me play a paladin-esque Jedi in Star Wars 5e who makes poor choices, you can catch me picturing here and there in the podcast Unprepared Casters. And I sometimes make TikToks. I'll get around to doing that again someday. So, yeah.
Brooklyn Tuesday.
Hello, my name is Brooklyn Tuesday. You can mostly find me on TikTok and Instagram, and I don't have anything else to plug right now, but I will, and Offbeat is in it. So,
That's true.
yeah. So is Danny. So is Amelia, honestly. Literally all of you. Offbeat
Great.
stole my players. Kind of.
pass
Danny
we
was.
pass each
I
other
stole
around.
Danny. Yeah, I stole Danny.
Yeah.
You stole Amelia. Like, it was a whole.
It was a whole thing. It was
we
a whole
just-
thing.
Yeah.
We just trade each other. That's what happens.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And Danny.
Hi, my name's Danny. I'm gonna stream in 30 minutes on my channel.
On your Twitch?
On my Twitch, yeah.
What's the name?
I
of-
have to stream.
What's the name
Danny
of your Twitch?
Phantom EXE. I don't know. You guys are not the target audience.
Why is that, Danny?
Yeah, Danny, what kind of content do you make?
For those who are wondering, Danny's YouTube channel, I edit for it. So if you're wondering, if there's ever a period of time in which I don't post, check Danny's channel. That's probably because I just made a video for him. So,
Poppy just made an hour-long video for me, guys. Okay,
I did.
Go like that shit. Go like that shit. It got posted earlier tonight while we were playing.
It did. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this so far. I'm so excited for this campaign. This has been like my mind baby for like half a year now. I'm so happy that we finally got it started. Check us in back next week, and thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Oh no, you're gone, but you're not.